Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome in. I hope you're having a lovely, lovely day. I know we are, because we get to play some D&D with the boys tonight. I'm very excited. I know everyone else is. I'm sure Ryan is. He'll be here in just a moment. He's coming back from smoking the weeds. Anyway. But we hope everyone had a good weekend. Hope the start of your week was as pleasant as ours is going to be, or maybe unpleasant as ours is going to be, I guess. You never know. Fucking things go crazy sometimes. Chris, you okay? He's always okay. He's just special. Don't mind him. So, coming in, no real announcements. We had a really fun birthday week last week. It was really fun. We did a little stream with Kieran, played some Fable 3. We had a great time, and I was super stoked on it. Quick thank you, Ryan. Again, thank you for rating the channel. I appreciate you. Ripper with the subby. I appreciate you too. Everyone who came in. Calf Crow, Stormy, Kayla, I see you, babe. Speaking of Kayla, I got this fucking sick shirt for my birthday. It's a Nazgul band shirt.
Nazgul.
It's pretty Nazgul. And don't leave me. That was terrible. I'm sorry. It's fucking nice. It's pretty hefty. Like, it's a thick cotton shirt. This is gonna be great for camping and outside stuff in the fall. But in the fully lit up room, it's a little toasty roasty. So we might be changing halfway through stream. But I gotta give a shout out to my girlfriend Kayla. I love you, babes. Thank you for the awesome Lord of the Rings shirt. That's 2 for 2. And 3 for 3 if we're including Christmas. The birthday gifts and Christmas gifts have been crushing it, girl. Goddamn. Other than that,
I literally snooped his room for his t-shirt size.
Yep. You could just texted my mom.
It was easier to just get up and go
That's
through your
fair.
things.
It was pretty close. That's valid. That's fair. I respect it. So, it was a really good week. I'm super happy. But even more so, I'm happy to be back here with the boys. And without further ado, I'm going to give them a chance to say hello. As per usual, we're going to start with Ryan down below me. The latest one doing some streams in the group. So what are you doing over at the Purple House?
Oh, baby, it's been a whirlwind of a week. It's been lovely. I got accepted into the Twitch Pride Guild, which has been awesome. I've been meeting a lot of other queerbos and queerbees, and it's been lovely. And I also hit 700 follows, so we're going to have an 18-hour stream on the 5th of October. Woohoo! It's a Sunday. Get ready for an early morning Sunday breakfast, and we'll be hanging out literally all day. It's going to be great.
We will be coming back from our camping trip that day. We will be there to watch, my friend. If you get any co-op games in, let us know.
It's a
Everyone
great
say hi
day
to
to
Chowder.
be gay.
Oh, a great day to be gay every day, baby. I'm officially gay on the internet. It's
Yay.
official. I got the paperwork.
You got the credentials.
Wait, Ryan's gay?
Yeah, Ryan's gay.
Wait,
Right. No,
Ryan's
no,
gay
no.
on the internet? Yes.
What? That's fucking insane, guys. That's crazy. Next up.
Jesus Christ, that's
Congratulations, Ryan. Seriously, though, jokes aside, that's super awesome. Moving on to JTB. What you got going on, buddy?
A whole lot of not much other than catching me here on Mondays. And, you know, occasionally with homies and, like, peak streams and shit.
Oh, good.
You can go check out the music channels in both the Apothecary and the Purple House if you want to hear me sing/scream in your ears.
I like that.
Also, I got hit with an ad mid fucking, like I was trying to keep up with chat. Ad hit me and I was like, my sub fell off. What the fuck? So I resub.
Goddamn. Thank
We're
you.
all good now.
Oh, I see that. Thank you. Thank you. You beautiful, beautiful soul. 44 months. Holy shit. You're in Twitch babies we've made?
Fuck.
Damn.
I've never felt the fury like when that ad hit me. I was
I'm
like,
so sorry.
excuse me?
I apologize.
Fucking
Right at the start,
Jesus.
too. Yeah, I did that to you.
How
That's
the
on
fuck
me.
dare you?
Next up, we have Chris and Stuart, of course. What's new, buddy? How you doing?
I'm just chilling.
He's so HD now.
Oh. Meow.
Meow. He's so sweet. Yeah, there you go. There's your hello
That's all.
from Chris and Stuart. Yeah.
Just kitty.
Man, a few words. Also, I've been drinking this pumpkin spice Alani that came in the Halloween
Blech.
pack. It is not great. It is not great. The caramel apple was awesome. The pumpkin is like a solid maybe 4 out of 10 if I'm being
Yeah.
real generous. If I'm being
Alani
real.
is all
real
hits and
generous.
misses. It's never like in the middle. It's always like Alani is either really, really good. Their
Mhm.
protein bars, same thing. It's like either it's trash or it's delicious.
Okay.
It's one or the
They
other.
make protein bars?
I would
Yes,
have to try
and
those.
the Rocky Road one, it's delicious.
Okay, I'll take that.
Yeah, the
Pumpkin Spice
classic
Girl. This
box of
has-
Alani's are good.
It's called pumpkin cream. Pumpkin cream.
I'll pump your cream.
Scream.
Oh, I hate it.
Don't throw me
I'll
with a
pump-
good time.
No, you ain't
I'll
one
pump
with the
your
dice
kin's
tonight.
cream.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
When I
Wow,
was
Ryan.
down, when I was down in Philly, we
Mhm.
went to a brewery. I
Brewery?
can't remember. I think it was the one that I think you and Kayla went to when you were there. I think they mentioned that.
For the Halloween movie night thingy, that would make sense.
Yeah, I think so. But they have a pumpkin beer. It's like a pumpkin spice-based beer. Pretty fucking good.
I would have to try it.
Pretty
I
down.
would have to try it.
So
You
excited
fucking
for
It was
all
a
the
little
pumpkin.
strong.
How did we get hype trained?
Hype train.
The fuck?
I will keep my pumpkins in pies and pastries. Thank you very much.
Thank you guys. I love you. Y'all redeemed. There is an Uncle East fan. I don't
Fucking
know if
thanks.
anyone's hit the summon Uncle East fan. It is more expensive, but there's now a 3% chance you can summon Uncle East fan. What's up, Citrus? Welcome in, Alice. Welcome in. I hope you're having a good one. I'm broke. Unfortunate. Roll a D100. If it's 97 or above, Uncle East fan will appear sometime during the session.
Hi, Citrus.
It's been never. He's never appeared. Not gonna happen today, unfortunately. His magical pastries will not be with us. I'm sorry to tell you.
Where's my husband? Oh!
Yes, if you want to see Uncle Eastfan in action, you can actually go over and see us on Nerd Holla's channel playing occasionally as Uncle Eastfan or Hardy Har. Your camera just did a whole... Oh,
I saw that.
Oh, it was tracking your finger.
I hate that.
Whoa.
What? Oh, jeez. The machines are taking over, dude. They're watching everything
The
we
flip
fucking
off
do.
cam, dude.
They're watching everything we fucking do, and it is very scary. I need to scooch over. I'm a little too far to the left. See, on the camera for you guys, I'm too far this side. On
My
the stream
fingernails
camera,
dirty.
yeah, you need to. Well, I mean, you work on cars for a living. You're supposed to have some grime under the fingers. If you don't, I'd be like, the fuck you do all day? The fuck? No.
I
So,
work with machines and I check my fingers and there's no grime because I just took a shower. Feels bad, man.
yeah, you gotta have the shower and get under there real goods. So, with all that being said, I want to welcome everyone back for the game. I'm very excited. We did have everyone redeem everything. You know, what I might start doing is not making those active until the first 15 minutes of the stream have gone by, just to get through the timer so people have a chance to show up and use them. Because lately, it's been a lot of the same people, which is fine. Don't get me wrong, I love it. But other people also want a chance to do it, so I think what I'll do is start activating them right when we go live, and y'all can fight to the death over it in the chat. I appreciate it. Oh, Alice with the biddies. You don't have to do that. Get emotionally damaged. I'm not saying all the time, Pelican. No, that's like your first time. Don't you worry. But people have been missing out, so we're probably going to adjust things a little bit. There you go. Thank you so much for the biddies, Alice. You don't have to do that. Thank you for the birthday wishes. It was a good one. I'm 34 now. Either way. Also, the Uncle East fan is arguably the coolest because we've tried to make him appear on stream for the last, 4 years or so, or whenever we started playing D&D together, and he never once has. Never once.
Hey, halfway through this year, you'll be exactly half 69.
There we go.
There we go. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I mean, no one's in
You're halfway
trouble.
there.
No one's in trouble, guys. I'm just trying to think of ways to make it so everyone can get in, just so it doesn't get taken in the first couple minutes. Give people time to settle in a little bit. That feels fair to me. Just saying. But I appreciate y'all coming in and spamming us with... who gave me disadvantage? Who gave me disadvantage? I saw... Pelicanon. You wonder why you get locked down. Huh? Giving me disadvantage
Nope,
on your
that's-
first time.
That's good.
It was you.
Pencil said pew pew.
It was me. No, okay. Fair.
It was
Turns
me
out
all
I who
along.
fucked the dragon.
Tell-
Fuck lies and fuckaloo.
Tell Cersei. I want her to know it was me.
Turns out we lied. You are in trouble now, pal.
You are now in trouble. Yes, you are now in the trouble corner. Go sit in the corner and watch the D&D game and think about what you did.
Can Pelicanon please come to the principal's office? That's Pelicanon, please come to the principal's office. Thank you.
And the beats of Chris got the advantage. Okay, well, you know, that's good. That's good. But I got the disadvantage, and it's going to take me a little while to get over that. We're going to have to repair this relationship before we can move things forward amicably. No, thank you for coming in and giving me disadvantage,
Stop
because on
throwing
occasion,
holes in my relationship.
that will also fuck over the party. So that could be good for me. You never know. Valuable NPC, make a death save, get disadvantage. Ooh, motherfucker die. Anyway, so without further ado.
during the downtime week.
During your week of downtime, everybody dies. Yeah, everyone you've ever met.
Meteor
Whenever you
strike
were
on the
talking-
house.
Yeah,
That's it.
unfortunately,
Campaign over.
unforeseen meteor shower, and everyone dies.
That was a hell of a weather check.
Unfortunately, Bruce Willis was not here to save you from the asteroid coming towards Earth.
Please.
Better luck next time.
Oh,
Maybe
no,
Ben
that's
Affleck will be
plain.
available.
I don't know if
Oh,
I'll be
man.
back again.
Like a Clark Duncan. What a goat. Anyway, let's pick up where we left off last session. Got the acorn. That's exactly, yeah, always. Fucking Ice Age, goddammit. So, when last we left off, the party, having successfully completed their, shall I say, escapade of murder and betrayal, having first led a TTC naval captain to his death at the hands of the leader of the drowned, and then going on to assist the drowned in the battle against the TTC forces who had gathered on the shores of Larabos Lake, in which you were also victorious, but saw fit to make a hasty getaway before the leader of the undead had a change of heart and went back on the bargain that he made with you. You eventually made your way deeper and deeper into the forest of Avanar, where you came across a band of survivors attempting to make their way home to Fort Mismere to inform their superiors of everything that had happened, including the supposed betrayal of the captain, who did not return after giving very specific instructions to his men. Realizing that perhaps their own reputation, the reputation of their ever-expanding company, could be very well at risk along with their lives, the party made the decision to get their hands dirty and engaged in what I can only describe as wholesale murder, as you threw Greg Johnson Jr., the zombie, into a tent of 4 sleeping men and proceeded to slaughter them on the spot. After which, you made your hasty return with some help from Vitekorl in animal form, eventually making your way back to the safety of Fort Mismere, where you chose to return to your home and the relative safety it provides. To find it empty, and quickly came to the realization that it was likely your, I don't want to say employees, your housemates' employees, they are your employees. Olga and Ashlyn had made their way to town with your supply wagon and had got caught by the snowstorm. Dusty and Vitekorl decided to leave and make their way to the fort to see where their comrades might be, while Xechas made his way into the basement below, into the cellar, through the secret passageway where he could work on his machine in relative peace and quiet, which would continue late into the hours of the night. While Dusty and Vitekorl were in the town, they not only found their friends, but attempted to do some trading and sell some harpy eggs they had acquired during their adventure, which they were able to do quite successfully, first at the tavern, to the new innkeeper, with whom you all have not had the best relationship so far, and then to the poor owner of the general store, whom you have worked with on several occasions. You happily ripped off, charging way overpriced for the eggs you were selling, but through some light convincing, managed to make a sizable profit for the group. A fact that Vitekorl chose to celebrate by planting a big smoochums right on our feline friend, Dusty Sharpclaw. As they awkwardly meandered through the night, Dusty eventually sneaking his way back to the tavern, having run away in bashfulness from the supposed show of affection. Vitekorl, of course, choosing to B-shape and make his way home in a hurry after regrouping with the lot of you, leaving you to trudge up the road with your cart, Ashlyn and Olga, while Vitekorl made a hasty arrival at your home, where he found a mysterious, albeit familiar stranger sitting at your living room table waiting for you. The same dark-coated, leather-hatted figure who had seemingly been following you around for the duration of your stay in Fort Mismere. Now seeing her without the mask and hat covering her features, Vitekorl came to the realization that he was sitting across the table, or more accurately, standing as a wolf, or whatever creature you were turned into, across the table from seemingly the offspring of Saul Mardaris, the very person whom you had come to this island to investigate following his untimely death. And that is where we left off last session. So, Vitekorl, while Xechas is in the basement working below and Dusty is trudging his way up the snowy road with your companions, you stand face to face. What do you do?
Wolf Carl would just sort of, he busted the door and he did like a little spin. A lot of click, 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 click of the nails. Stops. Starts backing up. And then just a hand reaches out of the mouth. And who might you be? As he crawls out of the mouth.
She kind of like goes back for a second. I have to say, I've never seen anything quite like that.
I'm a bit of a outlier when it comes to things.
I can see that. You telling me your eyes don't give you any inclination as to who I might be there, sugar?
I have an idea.
Do share it.
Friend of Saul's, I hope?
Friend might be putting it a little inaccurately. More like forgotten offspring, but you know, such is the way with adventurers.
Oh. Then this might be your house.
Oh, sweetie, I can afford far nicer places than this, believe me.
Oh, thank goodness. I thought we were going to be on the street.
Oh, never. I'd never do that to such sweet boys such as yourself.
Thank you.
If you consider sweet people, you know, boys who murder folks in their tent in their sleep. It was impressive work, I gotta say. Didn't think you had it in you.
You saw that.
Oh, I watched with great interest. As I've been watching since you all arrived here rather loudly, I might add. And you have been a very entertaining bunch. I am not unimpressed.
Oh, okay. There's somebody else probably downstairs.
I know he was busy. I didn't want to disturb him. I figured I'd make my introductions to you first. Also, that door he's hiding behind is a little tricky to get through, and for the likes of me, it would take me a little bit of time.
Oh, you just need to have his... right.
I know what I need. I'm not in the habit of running around stealing arms from cripples.
Sure. Do you mind? I feel like I should have more people in this conversation. One moment, please make yourself comfortable, and I just start to, like, crawl
She's, like,
this
already
way.
leaning back in the chair with a glass of some kind of liquor. You can only imagine she grabbed from downstairs when she went to check if the door to Xechas was open. She's just sipping.
I'll be right back.
Take your time, darling. I'm already comfortable.
As soon as I get to the downstairs closet door, I shut it, and I just... Shh. This is the coolest fucking woman I've ever seen. Okay. Start coming down the stairs. Xechas!
How soundproof is the basement?
I mean, you're behind a stone wall down a 30-40 foot passage surrounded by stone, and in a room also completely surrounded by stone. So decently, I would say, barring some kind of like hard mining equipment that you could like set up like fucking jackhammer on the other side of the wall. But you gather pretty damn soundproof. You don't figure Saul wanted many people to know what was going on.
Probably don't hear
down here.
Probably don't hear him.
I would probably take Xechas's jagged knife and start to butt the door with it very, very manically. Just Xechas, Xechas, Xechas.
Roll me a, I'll say just
Penny.
a straight up
Penny.
melee attack.
Penny.
Yeah, melee attack against
Duh.
the wall, please.
Come on, please. Oh, it was almost a 20. 19?
Okay. Roll me a perception check, please. Xechas.
Oh, God, please.
You start hammering against the
7.
wall as hard as you can. You don't hear anything, unfortunately.
I'm thinking.
I just kind of turn back up and... Today's been a lot. It's been a lot. But I'm so much more. I start running up the stairs. Just, poof. He's busy.
You find her now standing at one of your bookshelves, scrolling through what looks like maybe an old ledger of Saul's. I figured. That's why I didn't want to disturb him. She closes the book, slides it back onto the shelf.
Right. I've been so rude. Let me get you something to eat. Go into the kitchen.
You don't have... Oh, he's... Quick little fucker. Okay. You just go into the kitchen. Start...
Grab the very first thing I find that looks even remotely edible.
Roll me a perception check.
Bup. Fuck off.
You grab what it looks like a stale baguette. Like just a stale long loaf of bread that has long since gone past. It's a little mold kind of on the corner. It is rock solid as you pick it up. Heyo.
I go back in and just, all right, soup's on, bread's on, crack, and just crumbs everywhere.
Yeah, as you crack it, the inside, which has been dried and molded, just poofs out this little like cloud.
Roll a constitution.
Roll me an allergy check, please. What's up, Schism? Welcome in. I already
You don't have
ate.
the
Thank
Spawn
you.
edition?
Thank you very much. I appreciate the offer, though, sweetie. Also, it's me who's
You're
been
so welcome.
rude. I should introduce myself. My
All
name's
right,
Sylvie.
I just throw the bread back behind in the kitchen.
My name's Sylvie. Sylvie Mordaris. And it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Finally. I know I've been kind of creepy crawling around you folk for the last little bit, but I had to be sure I could trust you. And sometimes I've wondered. I'm not gonna lie. You are a elusive bunch.
True.
But based on what I witnessed the other night, your actions are at very least not entirely in line with that of the company. So perhaps you might be people I can work with. Maybe. If all goes well.
Okay. We've always got open contracts ready to go, and truth be told, working with the offspring, please tell me if that's a word you don't like. Working with the offspring of Saul is something that elicits a lot of confidence from me.
Well, we weren't on the best of terms, but he trusted me well enough to handle my business without interfering, and
Okay.
at times proved a valuable asset to me, as I'm hoping you might as well. You see, I was hoping there'd be more of you here when we had this conversation, but...
Oh, well, of course. Xechas shouldn't be much longer. He Well, he might be. Well, he does get a little locked in sometimes, and then the rest of the members are on their way. Shit.
Based on what I've seen from your pale friend downstairs, he's more like my father than any of you. He'll probably be down there in a minute.
I can agree with that.
What happened to the
rest
other
of
one?
them
I thought
members.
the two of you done made your way over to the town together. Why'd you split up?
We didn't split up. We didn't even start to get.
You're here and he's not. Where I come from, we call that splitting up, my dear.
Right, of course. That's just a portmanteau, a simile, syntax. We did not split up. I ran ahead as the wolf you saw, and just got a little carried away. Spirit of nature.
A little hasty. I can understand.
Sure.
That. Well, I had kind of hoped to make my introduction to the lot of you, but I suppose you'll do. You see, while my father was up here working within the company and doing what he could to secure whatever information he could to help our cause, I was down south. Suppose you're familiar with who the Independents are, yes?
Am I?
Yeah. At
Okay.
this point, Dusty's kind of talked about them enough. You know that, like, in the southwest portion of the continent, there was a group of companies who literally split from the TTC umbrella and branched off on their own and kind of created this area free of company rule where they run things a lot more. They're still very capitalistic, obviously, like they're in it for their money, but everything is run much more openly and by like a collective group as opposed to one single entity. You also know they've been at open war with the company on several occasions, including the time when they split, which was referred to as the War of Severance.
Vaguely, I've spent a lot of time in the woods, but yes.
Okay. Well, I'm sure you know the ground on which they reside is extremely old, very ancient. I've assumed you've done enough exploring to see some of that yourself at this point, yes?
True.
Well, me and my father, as you know, spent a lot of time going around seeking those antiquities out and collecting them for, shall we say, interested buyers. And on occasion, stealing things from people for other interested buyers. It was pretty profitable business while we were both in our prime, but as my father got deeper with the company, we started to see differently on how we should be handling things. We never quite saw eye to eye again, and unfortunately, I didn't get to see him before he was taken. I had my suspicions.
I'm sorry about that.
It's life. He didn't see me for the first 25 years of mine. I'm not going to cry too hard about not seeing him for the last couple years of his. It is
Fair.
what it is. You can only do with what you got. But, as it is now, I have no one up here really working for me, and my investors, my clients, are starting to grow a little frustrated with the lack of new inflow, shall we say. Black market's starting to dry up a little bit, and I have slowly been losing ground where I stand. I see as together, perhaps we can mutually benefit each other. You do a lot of adventuring. I'm sure you find lots of interesting trinkets along your way.
Oh, do we ever?
I can't imagine you have use for all of them.
The things that we don't, Xechas will turn into something, and the things he can't turn into things, then yeah.
Perfect. And this is why I came back. At least one of the reasons. I will help fund your venture here and your interests here on Vorosia for as long as I can. And that will be quite some time. Believe me, I've amassed quite the fortune. Enough to put my father here to shame.
Haha.
You learn to fend for yourself when you're living on the streets for 20 years.
Sure.
I've done very
Sure.
well. I'll see to it you're paid, your employees are covered, All you'll be responsible for is keeping the place well supplied and any upgrades you seek to do. I will invest in you if you can make a return for me.
An investor. An investor. Now, this is something that is a little more in my purview. You see that right at the word investor, he'd been kind of like shrunken back the whole time, but as soon as that happened, just poof. I think this is something that all of us, yeah, cha-ching. I think this is something that all of us can find benefit. This is mutually beneficial is the word, I believe. I don't like to speak for all of us, but I think I can speak for all of us.
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves now. We don't like to speak for our friends, but it gives me a nice fuzzy feeling inside knowing that I'm barking up the right tree.
Oh, barking, howling, just absolutely panting. We're not poor.
I could see that. Place seems to be in better shape than my father left it. Pretty cold
That's
sleeping
all
in your
Ashley.
attic for the first couple weeks before you two moved in. Or you three, I should say.
Did you notice the dead body in the basement? Neither? Was that all of us?
No, I knew I figured he was still down there, considering, what my father put him there.
Great. Just making sure. I want to know how bad I need to feel about that.
Oh.
Pretty bad.
No. Oh, you're fine. You can...
Oh, he was a bad man? Bad man?
Massive piece of shit. Yes.
Well, good riddance.
You knew my
Spits
father.
on the floor.
Oh, someone's going to have to clean that up, sweetie.
Yeah.
I mean, you knew my father. Do you think he was the type to lock a man in the basement to die of starvation for no reason?
That's
He wasn't
true.
a good
He was a
man,
good
but he
guy.
was a honest one, mostly.
Better than a lot of the ones I've met.
You said he was a good guy?
Truthfully, I knew him the least of all of us.
Well, you know what they say, perspective is everything. My father was a murderer. He was a killer and a treasure hunter, and he did that for most of his life, even when he was helping your, semi-robotic friend, I should say.
All right. Honestly, I can say I won't speak for the group, but if just based on you know a lot about us, I think we'll have to do some kind of business with you no matter what.
Well, it doesn't do me any good to go and report to the company that you slaughtered some of their own in the middle of the night. That's what you're saying, but the option had crossed my mind if you guys weren't agreeable, but that didn't seem like a very good, place to start a business relationship.
Thank you. He's like curling back up again. Yeah, absolutely. Just as a fun, curious thing, what would you say is the coolest thing in Dusty's bag?
She doesn't respond, but she looks you dead in the eyes and just smiles.
Well, fuck me.
Yeah, murdering the TTC troops is the least of your worries with that thing running around, and I advise that little locket you found. You get working on that right quick.
Yeah, girl, you know everything. Okay. Welcome to the team.
That's kind of my job.
New member.
Well, all in my, all in a day's work. It's my job to know things about people. It's my job to know things about things. I do both very, very well.
You do. You
Which
very,
is-
very much do.
Which is another reason I'm coming to you lot. I would like to know who murdered my father. I want to know who put him in the ground and who put such a big dent in my business. And before you go getting all sentimental on me, I know you two were close. This is as much about the business as it is about family. In fact, I care more about the business than I do about the family for the most part.
Fair. Again, 25 years, that's a long time. I wasn't painfully close. I owed him a few favors.
Well, I'm
So
sure they're all forgiven, seeing that he's, well, no longer with us. I won't be trying to call in any favors now.
it would make me feel better, I think. I've been spending a lot of time with two very moralistic young men. They've been influencing me.
You have a most interesting perspective on the people that surround you.
More moralistic than I am, maybe.
They're good men. I'm sure you can trust them. I'm sure they have your best interests at hearts, but I'm sure they both have plenty of innocent blood on their hands. You all do after last night.
Yeah. See, and a couple of months ago, last night would have been but a fever dream to me. I would have thought of that as another Tuesday night. However, now, yeah, that's a problem.
If nothing, it'll go and show just how far your friends will go to protect you. And each other, and that's important here on Verosia, because believe me, no one has anyone's best interests at heart. With that, Dusty, I need you to make me an athletics check as your wagon has gotten stuck in the snow on the road back up here while this conversation is going on. Vitekorl, you're starting to like twiddle your thumbs and start to wonder where your comrades might be and how long you can manage.
I'm just
Damn.
braiding. I'm doing all
20.
sorts of braiding.
19.
The power of friendship. You can give it to anyone. Roll me a d20 if it's above a 13. Yes, you can give
Fucking
inspirations to everybody.
Technically, I had advantage on that, but I wouldn't need the advantage, but it would use it.
No, you can keep it. Keep it in your back pocket. Okay, everyone gets a d10 inspirations from Alice for the inspirational quote. The power of friendship. Yeah, I had to roll a d20. Got a 17?
Oh.
I can do that. I'm the dungeon master. I have the authority. Pretty
It's
magical.
true.
So everyone take
Respect his authority.
Respect my authority.
Screw you guys. I'm going home.
So with a nat 20, you can kind of see the light from your house on the horizon as the sun at this point has mostly gone down. You can kind of just see the glow from the arcane-powered lights that mostly surround your home as your wagon kind of falls into a rut. Using whatever you have at your disposal, kind of a long chunk of wood from the back, you wedge it under the tire and pry it up with all your strength while Olga is helping lift from the other side. And Ashland's trying to urge your horse along, or the horse that's carrying the wagon along, and eventually you do manage to get it. Everyone's giving me disadvantage. What the fuck, you guys? The fuck, you guys? Okay. Ashland's gonna use her disadvantage to steer the horses because I gotta burn one of those. Okay. With her animal handling, she's actually doing okay. So that was a bare minimum 10. She manages to get the wagon moving with you guys kind of pushing from the back. You get it up that final hill and pull it into your home. Ashland kind of looks at you, Dusty. Head on inside. I'll get the horse all dealt with.
All right. Yeah, I'll go have a conversation. He starts making his way in.
Making my way down. Okay. You open the door and you see Vitekorl kind of like shrunken in to the fur coat to the point that you can't really see many of his features. Just a little bald ass head sticking out over the fur trim. And across the table, you see a very familiar figure now. Mask removed from her face, hat resting on the back of one of the chairs, just like on the top part kind of hanging there, and this long black hair just flowing down past her face. Very similar jawline and nose to what you would recognize on Saul, your former friend, comrade, and arguably the man who has done so much for you.
Dusty, look who it is!
Well, if it isn't our resident stalker.
Stalker's a bit of a strong term. I prefer to think of myself as like guardian angel, perhaps.
Well, I suppose you could see it that way. He pulls out the scrap of jacket. You fall off a cliff?
I don't want to talk about that.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate.
She holds out her hand for the piece of the jacket.
He walks up and puts it on the table.
She grabs it, slides it over, holds it up to where her jacket was damaged, and waves her hand over it. And you see the pieces mend back together.
So I'm assuming that I was correct in the assumption that you're not trying to kill us in the very least, and that I don't need my gun.
Not yet. You never know. No, I came here in... Oh, relax, boy. I came here in relative friendship, seeking, not so much your help, but a bit of a business agreement, perhaps a partnership. I think you are the people to help me. My father trusted you, and despite the fact his judgment was often skewed, I believe he was right in that.
Well, I didn't want to particularly assume, but I guess you just, you really just kind of clued it in for me.
I like to put my cards on the table early.
Well, if you're talking business arrangements, I believe Vitekorl is our most invested in gold.
Well, he seemed agreeable to what I had to ask. We haven't had a chance to ask your friend downstairs because he's locked up tight. But I figured...
Yeah, I tried to get his attention, but it didn't quite work.
Well, give me one moment.
You
I'm
put
gonna start
Alright.
walking downstairs.
need to put a fucking doorbell on the secret.
I'm gonna get down there. I'm gonna cast thaumaturgy on myself, and I'm just gonna bang on the door and just go, "Get your ass out here, Xechas! We got company."
Okay.
Makes my voice 3 times louder.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Oh, how shakes.
I'm gonna say, Xechas, you would probably hear that at that point. The wall of the cellar and the wall of your dungeon, shall we say, is only a meter or so apart. So you do hear kind of this, it's more of an echoing, booming sound coming from...
What's that?
You
I'll
just
put
hear-
down my mason's tools that I've been using to make a little bridge between the two things and go out and open the door. Oh,
Okay.
What is it?
He doesn't.
We,
He doesn't turn it off. He doesn't know how to deactivate it. So all you hear in front of you is this loud ass voice go, "Oh, we got someone upstairs. They're waiting on us."
Gee, oh my god.
Oh shit! Sorry. And then
God's almighty. Okay.
I'm
after
just
you.
upstairs like, he's new to magic.
You can hear him through the floor, quite literally echoing into the room above. Subtlety isn't y'all's strong suit, is it?
We like to make a splash.
Okay, I made a splash when I jumped
Um,
off your cliff.
Should you tell me who it is, or will I know?
you know what? I think you should see it for yourself.
Okay. Xechas is thoroughly confused and follows you.
Okay, you guys both make your way upstairs, and you see the scene I have described with Vitekorl kind of
I shut the
awkwardly.
door behind me as well.
Okay, fair. Vitekorl kind of awkwardly sitting at your dining. You don't really have a dining room per se. Your living room table, the large table where you hold all your company meetings, sitting across from the familiar figure that you have seen following all of you with great interest. Now revealed to be a woman and someone who looks strikingly like Sault Moderas. To the point, Xechas, you who spent the most time with him, must say, roll me a quick wisdom save.
Wisdom save.
Yep.
Oh.
Nat 1, I'm going to use advantage.
It's just, you're not going to take damage or anything, don't worry. Okay.
16.
Oh, God. With that, as you kind of take stock of the person sitting across from Vitekorl, you see the familiar features on the face, and very quickly your mind flashes back to a lot of the memories you had with Saul of you two working together in your lab in Whitethorn. Of course, the explosion, and then waking up alone and abandoned, with Saul having left the country, left the continent altogether. And for a moment, you're kind of taken back to those memories, but you kind of return to the moment and see Sylvie Morderas sitting across from all of you.
Did Saul ever talk about her with me?
No. Never once.
Well, you look familiar.
I certainly hope so.
Yeah, she has a business arrangement she wants to talk to us about.
No business arrangement and personal favor, but both of them I'm sure will interest you greatly.
I'm a vote for yes so far.
He was easy to convince. You look like you're going to be a little bit of a tougher cookie to crack.
Oh, well, he's chipper at least. My name is Xechas. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm going to assume that you're, related to Sault somehow?
Yeah, she goes to, like, nod her head and tip a hat that she realizes for a second is hanging a couple feet away from her. She kind of puts her hand back down and just nods. Sylvie. And yes, he was my, not-so-present father.
Ah, yes, I know what that's like.
I'm sure. In fact, if everything he told me is true, you have just about as many abandonment issues surrounding him as I do. For what it's worth, he was sorry about that.
Well, I wouldn't be around if it wasn't for what he did, so
True.
I don't really blame him for leaving, although I would like to know why. Guess I never will, though.
I know, there's a lot of questions we'll never have answered from him, I'm afraid. As far as I know, he never even knew I existed. I don't know what his excuse was with you, but... So, each of you, of course, knew my father in different ways. I assume you knew the things he was interested in, inventions, ancient technology, riddles. Delving into places he had no business going, and bringing out whatever he can find, and using that to further his own research, as she gestures to Xechas. Case in point.
He just kind of flicks his hand around a little.
That's
Oh,
impressive, but it's what keeping you ticking that's really the miracle of science.
It really is.
Well, we had a bit of a business deal. We had a bit of a partnership. We work together, finding rare artifacts. We sell them on the black market and use whatever money we can to further our own interests here. Mine, of course, lay further in the southwest, while my father was intent on trying to undermine the company from within, which I'm fairly certain is what got him killed in the end.
That would make sense.
It's what makes the most sense, and usually, well, it looks like a chicken, and it looks like a chicken. It's probably a fucking chicken.
Do you have any ideas of who it might be? Who could have done it?
I mean, we crossed paths with a number of folks in the company ranks, and despite my father's business partnership with them and what business he was doing, he was ultimately a traitor, and I'm sure if someone found out about that, they put him to rest right quick.
Yes.
I have my suspicions. I'll be honest with you, that governor here that you two, or you three, have cozied up to a little bit. Suppose you haven't seen him in a little while either.
No, he's supposedly been out of town.
Yeah, he won't be coming back,
Well,
sweetie.
Given what we know about Willow, I assume he's permanently out of town.
He won't be making a return. In fact, I found him washed up on the shore just a couple days ago.
Oh.
We had our contacts in the company. Not everyone was perfectly aligned with them, and some people just liked making money. The governor was one such person. I'm not surprised he died not long after my father did. You guys are in the middle of a mess of shit that you have no idea anything about, any more than I do. And I'd like if maybe we can solve it together. And in the meantime, if you happen to be on adventures and find your way into anywhere ancient and powerful, perhaps, maybe, you, sell me some of what you find at a, modest cost, and I will in turn take it and sell it to the people I sell my stuff to. And your return from that will be a modest investment from me and the people I do business with. Enough to keep this place running without you guys ever having to spend a penny. All you'd have to do is, well, keep the food stocked up and pay for any, expansion yourself. Anyone you try to hire, I'll pay for it. Anything you need, I'll pay for it. If you can help me fill my pockets as well.
What would you know about potential jailbreaks?
I'm not going to say it's my specialty, but I'm definitely not going to tell you I've never orchestrated one or two. Why? Who you trying to break out? And where you trying to break them out from? That makes a big difference.
Well, if I'm asking this question, I assume you probably have an idea of where I'm talking about.
I'm starting to have my suspicions. There's not a lot of prisons here, you see.
We have some friends, close people that I would like to see not harmed, but I know have been sent on their way to Stormtide.
Well, that simplifies things a little bit. As he quickly scrolls over to his notes. I'd say you'd have a better chance bringing my father back to life than you do breaking into Bleakspire. That being said, it is a somewhat magical world we live in, less so here on the island, but dead coming back to life ain't entirely unheard of. And she looks at Vitekorl, as I'm sure you remember, my blue friend. Formerly blue friend.
You know so much.
I think y'all need to understand that I was quite literally there for all of it, in some way or form.
Right.
I know everything about you there is to know, because that's my job.
And you do it so well.
You remember all them times I noticed, when I told you guys we were being followed?
Oh, yeah, about the Hatted Man, I believe was the name we had coined.
Well, yeah, I thought for a minute.
A little offended by that, Sugar, but I'll let it slide.
Sorry.
The jacket
You're very
is
pretty.
The jacket is quite hefty. I can understand the confusion.
Well, if I'm
but it's
being
cold
honest,
as fuck here.
I had suspicions that you were somebody else.
Who were you
Someone
thinking?
that I lost a while ago. It's irrelevant to this conversation, I think.
Nothing is irrelevant when you're talking with friends.
Well, much like yourself, and Xechas here apparently, there's a few abandonment issues to be had around here.
Aren't we just a lovely little bundle of trauma?
I don't have a bad... I was assuming... Anyway.
I can only assume that, waking up and find the man who saved your life and created you not there anymore was a bit shocking. That's all I was saying, sir.
Well, the bigger shock was, the whole dying and coming back part.
Sounded like it was messy business from what he told me.
Well, that was a whole big stain on the wall, I would imagine. I don't know. It was clean by the time I woke up.
It's amazing what you can do with magic in a pinch, ain't it?
Very much so.
But yes, I've been there for all of it. When that little purple dragon hatched out of that egg, I was there for that too. What a sweet moment.
Oh yeah, she knows about that.
I assume. I'm assuming that she knows about just about everything we have done.
Fair.
Hell, at this point, I know your shirt sizes.
I mean, you did snoop around a bit, so it wouldn't shock me.
You
spent a lot of time off over by the schematics.
I was curious just how much my father had rubbed off on this one, and I have to say I'm impressed. And you managed to complete his little machine down there. He struggled for years on that before he got it working. You fixed it up in a couple of days.
Yes, and then I managed to blow myself up again.
I was here.
Very fun.
The house shaking kind of knocked a few of the bats in your attic loose.
Yes, well, look, that seems like probably an awkward place to stay if you'd like to... I don't know, there's no really free beds, but if you'd like to...
No, it's perfectly fine. I have a nice little way in and everything. Don't even worry about me, sugar. I'll
Well,
only be staying there when I stop in for a visit. It's quite cozy.
there's a,
Sure.
I mean, there's a one of our new friends, you know, Greg. He ran off after a zombie, so I don't know when he'll be back.
I'm gonna be
So if
honest,
you
I
stop in, you
lost
can.
track of him. He's fast. So's the zombie. I'm surprised.
You
Surprisingly, I
can.
think Spelly gives him momentum.
But it was the three of you that I came here to watch. If you happen to pick some people up along the way, they are, well, interesting to me, much less so than the three of you.
I just meant you can probably stay over in that room. I don't really sleep there.
All right.
And he pauses for a second, looks over to say to Vitekorl. And instead of looking away this time, he just kind of stares for a second. I don't really sleep there currently.
Believe me, I know.
So
I'm fine in the
just
attic. I
like-
prefer to be on the high ground when possible. It's easier to get a good shot. How do I know more about
true.
your friends than you do?
You
We're
seem to
not
be
very
quite
observant.
inquisitive. So I
That's
tend to
fair.
get wrapped up in myself and my work.
You and my father were two
Same.
peas in a pod, I remember.
Hmm.
Well, you have my terms. You know what I want. Is there anything else you would like from me before we can make this an official, albeit quiet, partnership?
I'm happy. This sounds good for all of us.
And
Well,
should you get into trouble, my resources are at your disposal to get you out of it, whatever that may be.
given our track record, we're not. While we were trying to keep things on the low and do a similar thing to what I imagine your father was, in the sense of tearing them apart from the inside out.
Yeah, you got a little too involved for me in the end, but
It's I feel like we're walking into a lot more dangerous areas. And with this prison break, I can't say we wouldn't need help.
if you are truly planning on going through with that, I have to tell you it will take a considerable amount of planning, resources, and manpower. Even if the three of you can get in, getting out's the hard part. They don't try to stop people coming in. They stop people going out. There's plenty of empty cells in there for you lot. They find you in there. And that's my
Sure.
worry. I am not going anywhere near that motherfucking place. I'll tell you that right now.
Where I have to return a boat. So you said resources we need. I would need at least some kind of small sea vessel.
Sweetie, if you're thinking of sailing down to storm tide, you're going to need much bigger than a small vessel. Those seas are rough,
Nah,
sugar.
this is for river travel, things like that. Just a
gonna make-
rowboat.
Gonna make the trip overland.
No, this is for entirely other things. I just don't want to use the company's rowboat anymore.
Yes.
Well. Just so happens that perhaps I have a contact or two in the fort down south. And, if need be, you can requisition one of your ships from one of my suppliers. Look for the Fins of Fortune Trading Company. They'll set you up. I'll make sure to send word to the owner that you're a friend of their interest, because you're a friend of mine.
All right.
That's the easy thing, sugar. I can get you men, I can get you boats, I can get you anything you're trying to get. But I can't get you into Bleakspire.
Okay. I'm gonna lay cards on the table here, cause I mean it really
Get a
doesn't
D100,
matter.
please, Avarian.
Really doesn't change anything. I feel like you have boiled us down to a point here. We obviously you didn't know that we were trying to prison break, but that's new information.
I had my
an
suspicions you
agenda.
would get involved when the innkeeper went missing. Unfortunately, that was out of the realm of things I'm capable of solving on my own.
But and he opens the flap of the bag and just taps it so she can come on out. With
Mhm.
my girl here, there are other places that you might have more information about that I am very invested in, such as that big ass volcano.
What interests do you have over there exactly?
I got suspicions after where we found that gem.
And what might those be? If you thought that they're mining the bodies of long-dead dragons, you'd probably be right.
Probably be what? Sorry, you cut out.
Right.
Yeah, see, that's
Discord
what
be
I
Discord.
imagine.
We might have to switch back to Zoom at some point, honestly. Honestly. 1 second.
Yeah. Well, I had imagined that was something to deal with it. I do, however, I would like to see what other interesting things can be found there.
Well, I'm sure it's quite interesting. Oh, we got a raid from Aries. Thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate you. Sorry I missed that. We're in the moment. I appreciate you. Banana Tom, thanks for coming in. D Gamer Aries, you're the best. Thank you for the raid, my friend. I appreciate you. Everyone else, if you haven't been by the stream before, I'm Rusty. These are my friends. We're playing D&D. I'm going to be stuck in this southern accent for quite a long time because I've been doing it for like an hour and 15 minutes.
It's
tell you
sexy.
what.
I tell you what.
My whole life in this D&D campaign is a southern
Motherfucker.
accent.
I think I fixed the voice cutting out thing. I did. Beautiful. Let's fucking go. Am I good? Am I cut out? Have I cut out at all? La, 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 la. Okay.
No.
You're
No.
sounding gorgeous.
It was the advanced voice activity in Discord because apparently there's voice activity and there's advanced voice activity. Fuck! It's fine. We fixed it. We fixed it. We're locked in. It was
But,
good. We're having fun.
Dusty's gonna look. Are you familiar with the, tales of how that giant sea was made and such?
I mean, enlighten me. I've heard stories. I've heard rumors, but you've no more information than me. I'm open to hearing it.
Well, from what we found down in the ruins, apparently there was. Let me see here. Seemed like gem dragons similar to my girl here, Violet, and other dragons of a different nature, warring with each other to some degree.
Pretty typical, yeah. I imagine the dragons are at each other's throats an awful lot.
Well, from what I could tell, these dragons also had some kind of humanoids with them, dragonborn of some kind, I would imagine.
Yes, they're the folks who live down in the southeast. They're the Draconi people. And they are not going to say a friendly bunch, but I've worked with them on occasion, and they are agreeable if you're not someone who's outwardly aligned with the company. There's some tension there. We get along much better down south.
Well, I can see why there would probably be tension there.
Oh, you don't know the half of it, sugar.
Probably not, but I know enough to know that that volcano holds a lot of interesting information, so...
That volcano holds the biggest gem mines in the entire continent. That's all it holds. Gems and despair. The people who mine that, they don't last too long. There's a never-flowing parade of bodies coming out of those mines. You're trying to find your way in there. Much like Bleakspire, you can find your way in. Might not be finding your way out. You know why the Draconi people hate the company and what they did, right?
I have a good idea, but feel free.
Well, after the war was settled, the Draconi people, and All of their other ancestors settled together across these lands, each going off and following whatever godly dragon they saw fit. I believe you've already been in the temple for one of them.
Yes, the thundering
Indeed.
skies.
There was one of those temples for each of the gods, one for each of the gem dragons that ruled over them. And the ruled over them they did. These people were not necessarily free. They weren't slaves. But they worked for their gods, and in exchange, their gods offered them protection, at least for a time. Till the explorers from Fellerin showed up. And when those people started making their way over, they started settling wherever they saw fit and waging war against the locals. Slowly pushing them to the brink of destruction. Till one day, that volcano started erupting, and you find yourself in the mess we are now in. Those mists came out of those lakes surrounding that volcano, and they spread across this land like a plague, and they took everyone with it. Only after that did the company show up to clean up the mess and move into what remained. Cities emptied of people, new people living in homes of the dead. They continued expanding, pushing the Draconi far, far to the south, to where they now land, where they now rest. The leader of those people offered solace to anyone who was a native inhabitant. Anyone who didn't take them up on their offer was wiped out by the company. Entire generations, millennia of history wiped out. The biggest colonization you've ever seen in your lives. Now they stay down there, they hide behind their mountains and their walls and their jungles. They thrive, believe me. They've held those mists at bay ever since they started rising from that mountain, and they have never failed to do so. There's a grudge there, and they're not going to stay silent forever.
Or do I think they should?
The company mines the very bones of the people who made them. They're very creators. War is on the horizon. People are going to have to start picking sides. However, we're going to need people on the inside, which is where you lot come in real handy. You've nestled your way in quite impressively. I need you to keep doing that. I need the company to think you're working with them. That's your job up here.
Well, we've already stirred the pot quite significantly without getting caught.
True.
So far, but you've been lucky. And I've been watching your backs.
Yes, thank you for all of your help. Seriously, we probably wouldn't be around if it wasn't for what you've done.
It's nothing. It's the least I could do.
You said you can assist us with other things.
Absolutely. What do you need?
So, there's a certain innkeep down in Fort Missmere.
Yeah,
Now, we have a lovely little... Well, it'll be lovely after you get the body out of there. But jail cell down in our basement that I think he would like to spend time in.
You asked me to snatch and grab a fine individual of Fort Missmere, bringing them into your murder basement?
Well, we didn't get much information out of the last patron, given the fact we left his ass to die.
The questioning basement. Also known as a torture chamber in other circles, but I ain't here to judge. If you want me to perform a snatch and grab on that oath as a sign of trustworthiness and camaraderie, I can do that for you. Probably pretty easily. He's not the smartest, but he is in the company pocket, so questions may start raising if he's gone for too long and if that body doesn't appear. So I advise, once you've got whatever answers you need out of him, you put him to rest and make sure no one ever finds his goddamn body. Or if they do, they find it washed up under the pier. A lot of people get robbed on those docks at night. It sure is. My understanding is there's an entire horde of undead wandering about the ocean in a stolen boat now. Very impressive work, I must say. Questionable. We'll see where that ends up, but for now, you've done well.
The way I see it, the longer he sits out there, the worse it might get. However, stronger we get, the easier we might be able to wipe him out as needed.
Consider it done. I will get on it with due haste. Give me about a week. I got some business to sort out in town before I start making waves, but about a week or so. Check your cell in the basement. Maybe he'll be there, maybe he won't. We'll see. I can tell you I have business to handle down south, so I will be leaving after that with haste. So if there's anything you need from me, better figure it out in that first week. I won't be back for some time, but you can write me. Always look forward to a nice letter.
Where do we send it to?
I'll leave a mailing address before I go.
I was, go ahead.
I mean, I'll speak for myself, but I would very much appreciate your help. And I mean, financing sounds great. I'm not really familiar with that whole world. That's more of Vitekorl's thing, but I know gold goes a long ways, and we have a lot
Gold
we need
goes
to do.
all the ways. You provide for me, I'll provide for you. It's as simple as that. You give me materials, ancient artifacts, whatever it is you find you think I might be interested in, or that I can sell for a pretty profit on the market. And I'll make sure your business ventures are funded. Like I said, if you're trying to expand the house, I'm not paying for no renovations. Don't push your luck. But if you need resources or people or boats, carriages, whatever you may need, I might be able to help. As for breaking into that prison, you're gonna need help. You're gonna need to find somebody. Now, there's a few thieves and lockpicks here on the island, of course. This is basically a cesspool of crime, but I think I have
I'm pretty
someone
handy
who
with a
may...
lockpick myself.
That's good. Have you ever infiltrated a prison before, broke someone out of jail?
I mean, not a full prison, no.
Well, like I said, you're gonna need someone who knows the ways around these things. Maybe you learn a thing or two and you can start organizing prison breaks of your own. I think I have someone
Sounds
in
fun,
mind.
to be honest.
I'll send them your way.
Oh.
Maybe. They'll be able to help you too. And if all else fails, you can handle the lockpicking yourself. It's going to take more than 3 people to break into that prison, I can tell you that right now. You will need help.
Surely, yeah.
Well, if there's one thing we're good at, it's making friends.
I can see that. You're a very, eclectic bunch.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
the word for it.
This is a interesting question, but do you happen to have any access to, things like copper wire and other supplies I might need for modifying the machine downstairs?
Oh. You don't have to
I have
think
the gold
about
to
that.
spend on it, but
I imagine you can find some of it in town at the local smith, but wiring might be a little harder to come by. I'll check my sources and I'll see what I can have brought to you in the next couple days. How about that?
sure, thank you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
While on the topic of resources, I know I've asked a lot of different things. However,
Mhm.
if you find interesting tidbits of poisonous herbs of the like, well, the time I did spend with your father was mostly spent learning how to survive. However,
I don't know who did the can.
the
but that was
removal
sexy.
of people is also, that was me mid-sentence.
I love it. The stealthy nun. Just yeah, that was beautiful. That was a great can of samurai. Continue.
While it was mostly spent teaching me how to survive at a young age, I did end up helping your father with certain things in the removal of some people.
I'm aware you told me stories about all of you. At least he wrote me letters with stories. He didn't know that I read them, but I read every one.
I just, the foraging around here doesn't give me a whole lot of highly lethal.
You kind of got to
Really?
get creative with what you can find. You might get lucky, find a little hemlock, some kind of
Pulls out-
toxic mushrooms.
He pulls out one of the blue rot bullets and flicks it towards her.
She catches it in her hand, kind of holds it for a second. I would appreciate if you don't throw your biological weapons at me, please, young man. That'll come in handy, and it'll do some damage. But, it's a pretty cruel fate. It's kind of fucked up.
Well, I didn't say I was good.
No, and I think that's why we all get along so well. None of us are outright good. We do what we have to do to survive. So does everybody on this shithole of an island. But as it stands now, I think we are going to have a pretty nice partnership. I stand to make a lot of money. You stand to make a lot of money. And if you find anything really nice for me, I'll cut you in on a little bonus from the sale. How about that?
Houses, I should have kept a couple of those hoppy eggs.
Not so much interested in culinary exquisities. I'm thinking more like artifacts, objects of historical and monetary value.
Sure.
While I may not know how much you're selling these artifacts for, I will say I made a real profit off those eggs.
Yeah, he
Oh,
did.
fantastic.
Yes, he did.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, I lost sight of you folks while you went down to the little town there, and I sat up here waiting to make my glorious introduction, only to have it spoiled by only one of you coming in at first, and the other one being locked up in the basement. But I really,
Arrived anyway. Talk later.
darling, I've been living in your attic for a month.
No, just that they didn't arrive together anyways.
No, they arrived quite separately, and the bald one was acting really weird about it. Got all bashful. I think I saw some color come into that gray for a second when I asked him what was up.
He goes right back to braiding.
Dusty has not stopped looking at Vitekorl during this part of the conversation.
Insight check.
I raise an eyebrow.
Oh no.
Anyways,
And then he looks back to Xechas. I made 178 gold today off those eggs.
wow, that's
What's up, Sault?
quite a lot more than I thought it was. It would be fantastic.
Well.
Who did you sell them to? We can talk about that later. Sorry.
Like, poor fucking Xechas gonna be pissed when he finds out you ripped off that poor little shopkeeper. Oh my god. I have to say, the introduction has been most pleasant. You are an absolutely charming bunch. But if I am to get my business done and to kidnap a person for you, all within a period of about a week, I'm going to need to start making my way out, unfortunately, into the cold. And as she looks past you, we will address the weather check from a variant. I think it was like a 40-something. Or was it 98?
98.
It was a 98. As she kind of leans over, you hear the wind start blowing through just like the little gaps in the windows. You hear the whistling wind outside and snow beginning to fall heavily as she looks past. But perhaps I can wait till morning. As the house kind of like
Right.
shakes in the wind ever so slightly. It appears like yet another massive winter storm has rolled in off the waters of Rook's Bay. And as she looks down at her now empty glass, I don't suppose one of you can top me up before I get ready to make
Please
my way
let
out
me
into
get
that
you.
storm. Okay, please. Thank you.
And just pour whatever she was drinking before and leave the bottle right next to her.
It was whiskey. It was whiskey.
Yep.
Thank you,
Right to the
Avarian.
top of the glass, almost like dangerously full. And just
She downs the glass, grabs the bottle. Really can't be staying. I gotta go. We'll just stay a little warm. She downs half the bottle in a single drink and then stands up, makes her way to the door, and is gonna roll a Constitution save as she tries to step out into the cold
Cast-
at disadvantage.
Cast guidance on her. Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Thank you, Avarian, you dick. I don't know if that was Avarian's disadvantage. Fucking softs. That would have been soft, so I have one more disadvantage to go from Avarian. She steps out into the cold and immediately is like, fuck that, and steps back inside your house and closes the door behind her.
This is maybe the worst storm I've seen since I got here.
I'm just gonna stick close by here where it's a little warmer. It's a little chilly even for me out there, even with the missing piece of my jacket. Thank you for finding that, by the way.
Yeah,
And yes,
it would,
if you're wondering, I did have a little mishap while climbing down your cliff out there. Okay, I fell. I got caught on a stick, and I fell into the really cold water. Are you happy now?
Yeah, it'd be a real shame for that to happen again, so you should probably wait it out.
I would hate to fall off a cliff again, sugar. So, with this in hand, I'm gonna head back to the attic and keep an eye on things up there. Just make sure there's not anyone snooping around out in the woods. Y'all have a good night here. And she just kind of steps around out of sight into Xechas's office, where all his work is. And you hear a couple seconds later the door that leads out to your balcony that overlooks the shooting gallery below, where Xechas does much of his work. You hear the door open. The wind kind of picks up in the house and blows a little, and then the door closes, and you kind of hear shuffling in the ceiling above you as she makes her way into the attic. The three of you are left alone. Well, I guess Ashlyn and Olga, who at this point have kind of now come in from getting the horse all set up in the thing and getting the wagon somewhat unloaded, make their way inside and see the three of you sitting alone. Ashlyn's like, why do you all look so serious?
We had an unexpected visitor.
Oh?
Right.
Why are we looking up?
They're in the attic now, and they have been for about a month.
You know, I could have sworn I heard some shuffling the other night, but I thought it was just the weather. Speaking of, it's a fucker of a storm out there.
It's a bitch, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a thought. Currently, the only like real fireplace is the forge. Yeah, in your office. We might want to consider perhaps putting in a fireplace chimney set up somewhere if we're. It's getting pretty cold here.
Yes. No, that's a great idea. We should do it like as soon as we can. Yes.
Might be good.
100%.
And I mean, if you were reaching out to Mason, and Mason's, seems like it might be up their alley too.
Well, I don't know. We might just need them for the fireplace. That gem should handle the other thing.
You found a gem. Okay, perfect. So just for the fireplace then, I guess I need to write a different letter to Masons. They're gonna start getting annoyed with me. This is like the third one.
To be fair though, having a cave would not be a bad thing in general. I think we should still go ahead with it.
Okay, so we still want the cave.
Fair
With
enough.
the original plan, yes.
Okay, we'll keep the cave.
We could make use.
I'll reach out. It might be something they're able to help with. But just like picture it, and she goes up to the wall, just right here. Keep the whole table nice and warm.
And we could have Christmases around the fire. It would be darling.
Christmas?
Sorry, what, Mrs.?
Oh, that's what I call my birthday.
Interesting.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah, it's a
my
whole week.
birthday.
Yeah. Deck the halls, all that jazz. It'll be great.
okay. Fair enough.
Christmas.
Yeah, all right. Fair enough.
I mean, the halls are kind of out of the way. I don't know why. we
All
need
that
to-
being said, it's cold. I'm a little tired after all that. I hadn't really anticipated coming back in the middle of a storm. Lucky it didn't really start till after we got back. But yeah, it's a little chilly out there, so we're gonna head to bed. Olga at this point kind of just stands behind Ashlyn. Olga is cold. Olga, go to bed too.
Yes, I'll run the forge all night. I have the supplies to do it.
Good. Yeah, that'd be nice. Get a little ambient heat in here. That's good. We have a lot of furs. That kind of helps, but yeah, just like a nice fireplace, or maybe we could put like fireplaces in each bedroom or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. That sounds like a lot. Anyway, good night. And Ashlyn
Good night.
and Olga make their way into what is now their bedroom together. Olga closes the door and they just disappear for the evening. What are the
Let's
three of
be-
you doing? You've just been hit with a lot of information. What does the rest of the evening look like?
he's gonna turn to Xechas mostly because he doesn't want to keep staring at Vitekorl. Well, I mean, it's gonna be good for us to have these resources, obviously.
Right.
And if she can get us some help with the prison, that would be fantastic. Obviously,
Yes, I
the
have-
tavern keep, so on.
I have some tricks up my sleeve, but nothing near enough to, break into a maximum security prison on
Right.
an island.
I think she was very right when she said it's gonna take a bit of an army. And we've got the makings of that in somewhat. I mean, look at Ashlyn and Olga. Ashlyn can't come, she's pregnant. Olga!
Well, yeah.
I don't know if I
Maybe
really
we
want to
find
involve
other
her,
people.
but
Gustav?
Gustav might be potentially interesting for it, and he would be interested, I would imagine.
Well, we've got the beginnings. We can start to think about a team. Maybe not an army, but just a crack team. An A team, if you will.
I couldn't think of anything. I was trying to be witty.
It's been a long day. A long day.
Christ, that's Jason Bourne.
Yeah.
Jason Bourne is Jesus Christ.
Oh no.
I don't, I asked about the volcano because, looks over at Violet. But, she kinda, every answer she gave me there really just made me think there's probably answers in that volcano. It's just a matter of surviving the volcano. If it's something to deal with the mist, then, well, we're gonna need a lot. Maybe even more so than the prison.
Yes,
Right.
and that's also the company's biggest bunny gathering resource, so I would imagine it's not lightly guarded.
And it might venture us, well, to keep on our path until this war starts, because I feel like our friends down southeast might have more of an interest in helping us get into solving the volcano.
Yes.
So we
Maybe.
play along.
Well, I think we continue doing what we've been doing with the company. So far, I think it's worked out. Somehow. We still need to figure out
Assuming-
what happened to Saul.
Very true, and it sounds like she's very interested in that as well. So those points align.
Yes.
Assuming everything stays good from our little incident this last few days, I think we can continue on the track that we've been doing with the company and continue to be a man on the inside.
To enlighten you, Xechas, I might have mentioned it to you as he glances towards Vitekorl. The company men inside the bar did not seem to have any clue about our givings, if you will. They didn't seem to be off with me of Vitekorl when we showed up.
That's
That
good.
innkeep, he seemed a little surprised to see us.
Why am I not surprised?
All right. So maybe we're not on perfect standing with the company.
Well, if the innkeep does happen to just go missing, end up getting robbed at the docks, then, well, what information can he get?
It seems
Let's
like he was
find
a
out.
plant from somewhere on the outside, so if they want to keep their interests secret, and we want to keep ours secret, then perhaps yes, a little word with him while he's in his cell would be good.
Very well.
I agree.
He's gonna look to Violet and then Draconic. Well, I don't think Greg's gonna be joining you in the room today.
Her eyes kind of like light up, and she responds in Draconic. I get a room to myself?
I think so.
And she doesn't even take a second to respond, just bolts off the table and like plows through the open door, turns, whips her tail into it to slam it shut, and you hear immediately the sound of someone jumping on the bed in the other room. Just the sound of like, it's like a rope frame, right? Like it's like she's like an adolescent, right? So you just hear it like,
This is hilarious.
she's just jumping on the bed. Just a young,
She was
youthful.
attached at the hip.
Yeah.
Couldn't get separated from me.
Now
Now
she's
she's
beginning
like,
to explore. Soon she'll have an
"Get away from
attitude.
me."
Whatever are we going to do with her?
She's like preteen.
Well, she's
like
not an
10.
iPad kid.
In human years, she's like 10 years old. All right.
Well, I'm
All right. Well, I have
go get ready for
still
bed, I
quite a lot to
suppose.
do. Yes.
Okay. As everyone heads to bed, I guess the final question is, Dusty, where are you sleeping tonight?
Dusty goes into Vitekorl's room and goes to where he put his bed.
Yep.
He just kind of sits on it for now as he waits for Vitekorl to come into the room.
Okay. Xechas, before we get to that, what does the rest of your evening look like? What do you do before bed?
I don't really need to go to bed at
True.
the moment
True.
because I have all of my spell slots and I have plenty of focus.
Yep.
So I'm gonna go light the forge, and every hour or so, I'm gonna come back up and just restoke it. And I'm gonna keep the doors to the forge open to get some ambient heat rolling out into the house.
Okay. Sounds good.
And then, yeah, I'm just gonna go back downstairs and continue working on my my bridge device, my bridge
Okay.
magical item repair
we will
/
get to
imbuement
that.
device.
Yeah, we will get to that after the break as we go into our week of downtime. Vitekorl, you see Dusty make his way into your shared bedroom where you have your two beds set up. What are you doing? What does the rest of your night look like?
I see that, and it's like the door closes. I kind of look like I'm about to stand up. I look down. I just start furiously, faster than I have been ever. Just still doing the braid. I've been doing it for a couple of sessions now. I like to think that it's gotten to be probably about like,
Roll for braid.
yeah, love you.
That's going to be your
Go.
custom skill is braiding. Just because of your
Great skill,
anxiety.
go. Whoop,
Instead of buffoonery, you get
You're gonna be
braidery.
able to braid me a mean copper wire.
Straight up.
Nice.
Okay, 6.
6.
It's a long braid. It is not necessarily a clean one. Like there's like kind of random bits sticking out at all times. It hasn't really got together the way you want it to. But you do have a fairly long braid, which is like a lot of skewed. What are you braiding again? Is it wolf's hair?
It was
Samples?
like it was all those different strings that I'd bought from the corner store.
Okay, yes.
Whenever I bought those cogs, I bought like 20 different kinds of strings. So there's like yellow fishing wire. There's like there might be
remember,
like
yep.
some very rusted and oxidized copper wire in there. There's all sorts of different strings, and it just keeps changing color all the way down. And I'm just holding it, and I go, okay. And I go up, walk up to the door of my bedroom, and still holding the thing, I just kind of with the back of my hands, just, hello?
Come in.
I just pushed the door open.
As you start walking, he's like, "It's your room too. You know, right?"
Oh, right. Fair. We should talk.
I agree. Mind you, when he's looking at you, it's almost it's not like bashfulness. It's almost determined. Like,
You gonna get that ass.
Okay. And he goes and he sits on Vitekorl. Vitekorl sits on his own bed, like across from you, and is just gonna hold the braid, not looking at you. There's been. Oh, you first, please.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can. No, feel free. I mean,
Well, I'm a impulsive person, and I make a lot of choices without thinking, and well, kissing you wasn't one of those choices. I'd been thinking about it for a while, and I'm glad that I did it.
you know, I grew up. I mean, as you discussed earlier in our conversation with Saul's daughter, Dad wasn't around. Folks weren't around. Really only had Saul. I've been on my own in the woods for so long, you know, coming into town for minuscule things. I guess I had a conversation with Ashlyn,
Oh.
and it kind of gave me perspective, if you will.
Sure.
I don't know how to navigate things that I'm feeling. You make me feel a way that I don't think I have felt before. And it's hard for me to process. But I'm also very glad that you did it. I will say it did catch me off guard, and
Me too.
I think I can do better. He just looked at you.
I've never done this before either, and I'm not sure how to navigate any feelings before. You and Xechas feelings were kind of a non-thing. We can do this the way that we are supposed to do this. We do everything else different. Why not make this different too? He stands up and just goes and sits next to him on his bed. I think you're worth it.
I don't think there's anyone else that I would consider as worth it as you.
I just take the braid that I'm holding and I kind of like wrap it around my hand once on one hand, once on the other, and using every bit of Goliath strength in me, I just snap it into two halves. We're the amalgamation of so many things. I start tying the one side of it around my wrist. There's a lot of things and pieces that make us together. And I go and I take your hand and I start tying the other half around your wrist. No matter what pieces bring us together or pull us apart, I kind of put both the wrists together. we'll always share something.
We,
And I start look at
as
them.
you said, we have had to do so many things a different way. And with both of us not knowing how to navigate, I mean, I navigate a lot of different things, but this is entirely unknown to me. As you said, we're just going to have to forge a path, and I wouldn't want to do it with anyone else.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. As he kind of relaxes his shoulders, and kind of you just see like his eyes kind of droop a little bit. He doesn't have that same manic look in his eyes. He just kind of relaxes a little bit, and yeah.
So, about that second chance,
I grab you by the wrist and pull you in a little bit. And just go right for it.
Dusty goes in.
Okay. As the two of you sitting on Dusty's bed for the first time, with both of you aware of the situation, kiss together there alone in your room. And that is where we will fade to black and let that be whatever it is and take our break.
No fucking, I'm
for this
a
evening.
good Christian
I know,
lady.
It's the first date. It's the first night. But we'll give
Anal only.
we'll give Dusty and Vitekorl some privacy as we take our break for today, and we will come back next in about 10 minutes and get to our week of downtime that the characters and the players are going to have in game to accomplish some of their goals, as it's been a long few weeks of adventuring. So we will see you guys in 10 minutes. Everyone go take a cold shower, cool off a little bit. That was hot. I was hot and gay as shit. Gay stuff. It was great. That was beautiful.
I've never done anything like
y'all
that.
gave me.
D&D.
There
This
was
is
a
the
single
best.
tear moment. We'll be back in 10 minutes. Everyone go cry, because I know I'm going to. We'll see you fuckers soon. I love you. Thank you for the big bits, Nasaka. I appreciate you. I'll see you guys in a bit. I love you guys. What is up, everybody? Welcome back. Sorry, we were a couple seconds late on the timer there. We were talking about all the fabulous gay stuff that happened. But I appreciate everyone being here today. Thank you for coming in and hanging out. Y'all are the best. I really do have one of the best digital tables of fucking D&D players I could ever ask for. You guys are amazing. So, pick it up loosely from where I left off. We had discussed together as a party taking some downtime, as Xechas has a very big project he is in fact working on, whereas everyone else has a couple little things they might be wanting to accomplish. So, as a chance to give our players a bit of respite from their long series of adventures and battles and betrayals, we're going to do a week of downtime. So, Xechas, let's start with you. We know what your main goal is. You're trying to fix the necklace and recharge that shit. What else are you trying to do in your week of downtime? Seeing as you don't necessarily need to sleep, you do have some extra time, so it kind of works out roleplay-wise.
Yes. I figure this will take 3 to 4 days of more or less continuous work, with maybe 1 or 2 long rests to replenish spell slots that I use. And then after I'm done with that, provided everything goes according to schedule, I'm going to pull out a
Excuse me.
long stored away blueprint for a little, I hesitate to call him a servant, little helper guy.
Little helper
Little
guy.
robot helper.
Little helper guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, yep.
That I've been planning for quite a while, but have never really had the resources to make to fruition.
Okay.
So I want to get to hopefully building that with what I have around. If I need to store some stuff, I'll go into town. But
We'll say
ideally,
the sake of brevity, you are able to just run into town, and we'll say collectively for the supplies you need to fix both the necklace, rewire the generator, and make your little helper man, you're looking at maybe 20 gold together of all materials put together.
20 gold?
In the end, you need a lot of very intricate pieces, like things you're going to have to self-forge as well. So we'll say 20 gold for everything you need. Which at this point,
sounds good.
Not really hurting you guys' pocketbook but yeah, you're able to acquire the supplies you need.
I did also just want to stop at, I don't know where I could buy a gun, but I want to try and get one of those rifles that those guys had for Dusty.
Okay, to do that,
if I could make it.
Those are exclusively saved for the riflemen of the company, and they're not produced anywhere in town. Yeah, I would say after some investigating, you would find that finding a firearm in and of itself outside of the company headquarters is very challenging. And those guns themselves are designed specifically by a creator in Trudgewater, who doesn't generally supply out here. That being said, you do have a bit of a relationship with the company, so I will say roll me a persuasion check to see if you can perhaps acquire one. It's a very high DC. You have to beat a 20. I'm
really good at this, so I'm gonna. Can I guidance myself?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Doesn't matter.
Unfortunately,
nope.
You are unable to convince everyone. You do go to the company base and you try to persuade them to part with one of their rare rifle weapons, but unfortunately, there are none they're willing to part with currently, as a contingent of them were just lost in the field during a particularly disastrous battle at Larabos Lake.
Oh, that's terrible. I'm so sorry to hear that. I wish you the best in recovering it or getting soldiers back. I'll be on my way.
You just leave. Inspirational quote from Soph. With every passing moment, you come closer and closer to your inevitable death. Wait, what? It needs to be inspiring. Oh, so live every day like it's your last. Tell that person you love them. You never know when you'll get the chance again. Everyone, who's getting the inspirations? Who are you picking to take that inspo? You gotta pick one of the players.
I told Stuart I love him.
There you go. Tell Stuart you love him. Chowder. Hey, you fuck. What are you doing? What are you doing? I was trying to show you love. You're doing shit. You knocked over the Guinness World Record books.
Oh no.
What is this? What is this betrayal? Come see me, kitty man. You come this way. Come on. You're coming. You're getting some lovin's. Everyone say hi to Chowder. You're in gremlin mode right now. I know you're in little gremlin mode, okay? Could you stop?
Drugs.
Drugs. Cat drugs. Yes, you need to pick someone to get inspirations. 1 to 2 is Ryan. 3 to 4 is Xechas. D4. 3. Xechas. You get a D10 or a D8 inspiration. I think it's a D10. I can't remember. Whatever it says in the redeem. Go ahead and take that. So. After sourcing
these down.
Yeah, we need to get like
advantage and fucking.
We need to get like a little tally for the stream somewhere where I can like hit a button on the stream deck and add points to you guys. That being said, if you don't use the advantages before the end of the stream, the points are redeemed anyway, so they just disappear. But after sourcing the goods you needed, unfortunately unable to acquire a rifle, you return home to, let's say, to begin work on your homunculus servant first, as you need his help on your other project.
Yes. In the whisper jar, I'm just going to pull it out. Plan to design custom rifle for Dusty as future project.
Okay.
Put the whisper jar away.
Easily done.
And yeah, I'm gonna pull out the blueprints and kind of finish them up, which shouldn't take too long. I had them mostly done, and then I'm gonna get to mending and arcanely piecing this dude together.
Roll me a tinkering tools check using your dexterity as your modifier.
Add 6 to this.
Okay. 17.
And then I'm also going to use one of those inspirations.
Sure.
Indeed.
This could be the difference between the Healy heals or not the Healy heals. Dun, dun, dun.
Ooh, that's good.
Jetpack or no jetpack?
It didn't go through. It's a 6.
Okay. So
that's
23.
23. Yeah.
More than enough. You spend the first day of your downtime in your workshop piecing together your tiny homunculus servant, this small little helper robot, for lack of a better word, who will assist you in your endeavors. And as you put the last piece together and give it a little bit of charge, you see the eyes on your homunculus servant just light up for the first time. Describe what your homunculus service looks like to the chat, and I'm assuming at some point Dusty and Vitekorl will see this invention, so to them as well.
Yeah, so he's like 1.5 feet, maybe 2 feet tall. Very gear-looking, call it like a crystal punk robot, because it requires an amethyst to build and kind of go off of that, and that becomes its soul. Xechas was originally planning on using an emerald, but after having an amethyst dragon in his party, was inspired to do that instead. So basically there's like a glowing amethyst right in the middle here. And kind of just think like he's got a gears for a chin and like all sorts of little clockwork pieces, very much akin to his own clockworkness. And yeah, just this little crystal punk dude.
Permission to add a bit of flavor.
Sure, yes.
So, as Violet has been growing and, of course, changing and evolving more and more into her more dragon-like form than that of the more ground-ridden creature, she has, of course, been shedding her amethyst scales. If you would like, I would allow you to use one of those for the power source. Or at least as the focus for the power source.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
That would be awesome.
So, as you slot the last piece in, the bright purple scale from Violet, and your homunculus servant comes back to life, all his tiny little clockwork bits beginning to hum and whir as he kind of opens his eyes and sits up from the workshop table you're working on. He looks at you quickly, takes kind of you in by giving you a quick looking up and down, and then just sits there awaiting your orders. He cannot speak currently, so just silent, kind of stares at you.
Hello, this is fantastic. Do I know anything about being able to make him speak?
You know that traditionally they understand the language of their creator, but perhaps with some further tinkering work over the next few weeks, you could maybe, I would allow, develop some kind of technology that allows him to speak.
Cool.
But as you speak to him, he kind of turns his head, just...
Your name is Smith. Hello, Smith.
Smith kind of takes in his now functional body and just kind of nods at you. Hops up onto his feet.
Exciting.
Walks to the edge of the table and looks down. Back up to you.
Oh, you have some abilities that you can do with your feet, and he points to the things on the end of his bottom appendages.
Clicks his heel together. Go ahead.
Yeah, I kind of go to the back and tweak one little thing. Okay, it should be good. Should be good now. If you just do what you were about to do, and you should be able to kind of hover, or at least come down without falling.
Okay, he clicks his heels together once, and he just kind of begins hovering off. He seems like he's having trouble kind of controlling it for a sec. I need you to roll me a dexterity saving throw for Smith for his first flying attempt.
His first flight.
11.
That is a good point, Calfcrow. You could teach him how to sign, in theory. 11. So he's very unsteady at first, and it looks for a second like he might just fly off and crash into some of your tools, but he manages to catch himself and hover and kind of does like a tour around you as you look around, and he just lightly kind of hovers around you and then lands back on the desk as he like hovers about an inch above it, clicks his heels once more, and lands.
None of you can see this, but Xechas is giddy like he's never been in his life. Oh my goodness, amazing. You can also click them twice and little wheels will pop out so that you can just kind of cruise around, mow it down here if you'd like.
Clicks him twice, and you see the little heel wheels come out, but he is on a somewhat slanted work table, and he immediately begins sliding towards the bottom and needs you to roll me another dex save.
Can I try and catch him too?
Sure, it can be a dex save from you to catch him. That's absolutely reasonable.
That is a 6.
Roll one for him too to see how he lands.
Okay. See how much he lands on me.
Yep. I mean, he is a
16.
he is a
He's
tiny
little
creature.
dude.
Like, you're looking at maybe a foot tall, maximum. This tiny little guy.
Awesome.
As you reach out to try and grab him, you miss entirely, but he manages to land on the back of his heels and kind of roll it out a little bit and kind of do a spin on the floor. A little unsteady at first, but eventually managing to find his feet as he kind of gets used to it. And then he gives like the jets a little and takes off a little bit and like slides and lands on the wheels and uses it to gain a little speed and momentum as he gets used to kind of flying and controlling his way around the room.
Oh, fantastic. You're getting the hang of it.
Stops.
All right, great. We have some work to do. You see this big machine here? Great. We have to, and I'm gonna go into a whole explanation of exactly what needs to be done, how I'm gonna use Mason's tools to, like, make a bridge between the two and then set copper wire in between it and make breakers and all this stuff.
Okay. Easily done.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say roll me an intelligence check to just explain this out as you're trying to like take the ideas you put on paper and formulate them into words while you're so excited about having created this creature.
I will use my other D10.
Sure.
One of what?
Okay.
7?
And then I will use one of my knowledge from a past life because
Jesus.
I really want this to succeed.
Okay. If you had gone with just
for
the
my
8,
baby.
if you had gone with just the 8, he was just gonna roll over to the table, grab you a hammer, and hold it out. But it's fine. We'll miss that.
19
It's
total.
fine. So 19 total. He seems taken all of the information, despite it kind of being spelled out in a less than linear fashion, as you kind of going ideas and bouncing all around, very ADHD like.
Yep.
But he seems to at least get the idea and goes over to the table and begins gathering some of the small hand tools you'll need and laying them out on the floor by the machine for you to use at your earliest convenience.
Fantastic.
Okay. We'll say that is your first day of downtime. What does the rest of your time look like?
Making this and fixing up the gem.
Okay.
That's literally it. Yep.
All right. I will say you've already done the designing for this project, having spent your design time like staying up all night the other night and making your tinkerer's checks. So now it will be tinkerer's tools with your dexterity to try to piece the machine together properly. I will say with your homunculus servant there providing tiny hands with which to help you with, you can roll with advantage for this particular project.
So add 6 to the...
Doesn't matter. Call it creative inspiration from having made your homunculus servant functional so quickly, but you kind of find yourself just locked into this confident, creative state where you begin piecing the machine together as quickly as possible. And on the 7th day, the last day of the week, you slot the gem from the necklace into it and get ready to pull the switch. And we will come back to that after we get through everyone else's downtime, because I feel like that is something we should do together as a team. So, next up, Vitekorl. And I guess Dusty by extension for just this first part. After having spent a respectful romantic evening together with, just a nice kiss to end the evening. You guys awaken the following morning, having spent your first official night together, seemingly now as a couple. What does your first week together look like? What do you do by yourselves? What do you do together? The people want to know.
The people want to know.
The people need to know.
I feel like Dusty gets up way earlier than Vitekorl does because he's so used to it at this point.
And for that week for sure, let's not talk about down the road. But for now, I'm trying to impress my new beau. So Vitekorl would wake up with Dusty every time and very begrudgingly join on any sort of morning walk or hunting that he's going to be doing.
Roll me a Constitution saving throw, please, Vitekorl, as we begin your week of downtime. Hey, traitor.
Go.
Traitor.
Okay, dirty 20.
Okay.
Oh, look at them. They're brothers now.
You do not take a point of exhaustion over your week-long adventure with Dusty, going out on all his morning adventures with him. You managed to stand up to that just good. So when, Dusty, we get to your downtime, you can describe what those adventures look like. I'm very excited to see what fucking Vitekorl is going to get into. What does the rest of your week look like, Vitekorl? What do you get into personally?
Look at the boys.
Oh, precious angels.
Look at the boys.
That's funny, because this afternoon they were attacking each other violently.
Yeah. The last time I saw them together, they did not like each other. Look at this. They're babies. Look, it's me and Dusty.
One's gray, the other's a cat.
I just wild shaped. It's fine. I would say, like, I would spend, like, the mornings with Dusty for sure. You know, doing whatever sort of morning stuff happens. And then once Dusty wants to, like, break off, maybe go back to the house, I would stay outside to practice tandem attacks, which would all have names. There would be, I want to practice summoning an animal and becoming an animal and working in tandem.
Okay, we're doing group choreography for battles and wild shaping.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are you summoning first? What does the first summon look like, and what are you turning into?
I've really got two ideas. I would make sure to do this away from Dusty, because, you know, in case it doesn't go right, I don't want to look like a loser. Just, you know, first thing. All right. Monkey pig surprise. Let's go. I hit the ground with both hands, and 4 giant apes, just very large men, just come out of the ground and stand there looking at me, and I say, all right, boys, throw me! And I curl into a ball, into a fuzzy ball, and I turn into a giant boar, and all 4 monkeys grab me by a hoof as they, 1, 2, 3, and I want to just become a boar missile.
Roll me.
And I'm just gonna.
This is insane. Roll me an animal handling check and a dexterity saving throw for the landing.
Oh, nat 20 on the animal handling.
Okay.
You're
And
an ICBM, an intercontinental bacon missile.
Okay.
and a dex save.
Yeah.
But I'll
Oh my
do the dex save.
God.
Oh, and that's a 1.
They threw you so far, you're gonna die.
Okay.
20 and a 1.
So you go out to you find somewhere kind of private, far enough away, but with enough space that you're not ramming into a tree necessarily. So you're still, I'm
Right.
picturing somewhere along the kind of coastal area here outside of the forest, but far enough from the house Dusty can't see you. So
Right.
as you get the message across to these giant apes, they all grab you each by a leg. It's very uncomfortable, first of all, being held that way as a pig. You don't like it. As they 1, 2, they coordinate together and then launch you full speed. You fly through the air, straight forward, tusks at the ready. Just go. Can you get a pig squeal, please, JTB? As he flies through the air. And as you try to get your legs back under you to land, you are moving too quick and your legs are just pinned against your side, kind of awkwardly back. And you land on your belly and you slide directly towards the cliffside over the edge of the cliff below. I need you to try to save yourself. You can athletics or acrobatics check. As a boar?
As a boar.
Or you can drop the wild shape, but...
Whoop.
And then continue
Jesus
into the
Christ.
ocean as yourself.
Oh my god. Your hooves cannot find any purchase whatsoever on the icy, rocky cliffside, and you fly off the edge of the cliff and are just falling through the air. You have about 60 to 80 feet, judging from where you are now, to figure out what the fuck you're gonna do here.
This is incredible.
But I like to think it would just be a moment of like serene peace, the splashing of the ocean waves. There's a moment where he's just in the air and just maybe pigs really do fly. And he just does a little flip and bonus action, he just bursts out and it's just viscera and hair everywhere as he bursts out of the boar form. And then he's just going to slap a few meat pieces and they burst into giant owls. As I summon giant owls, the monkeys fade away and the giant owls...
As they throw you and you fly off the cliff, you see the giant apes run over and stand on the edge of... and then just fade away into nothingness as two giant fucking owls appear beside you, each grabbing you by an arm. Roll me a dexterity saving throw for the owls, please, as a group.
Oh! Go where my hoot.
There's a lot of dex saves. You guys are doing a lot of fucking weird acrobatic shit. Or I would say strength if you prefer to just try and catch you and hold you. One or the other.
Where am I? Do I not have it on there? I don't think I do.
How dare you not have a giant owl sheet?
I should have it like right there. Hope. And Dex Owl, go!
Okay. They do manage to catch you, and like you are now hanging very just like arms outstretched over the waters of Rook's Bay that have kind of frozen just a little along the cliffside. You see the waves kind of crashing over bits of the ice that have kind of break away with time and fade out. And as you're just hovering there in this serene, sunny day, the weather having subsided mostly, you're just stuck hanging above these two owls. Just hover there, flapping their wings at you.
Well, that's gonna go in the maybe pile. Oh.
I mean, it worked very effectively, almost too effectively. Like, brakes. You need to invest in brakes.
Well, see, that's the fun part. In my mind,
will be the brakes.
Exactly. In my mind, I'm like, I have that health as a cushion. Giant boars have 42 health, so I'm like, okay, that's a good cushion for like hitting the thing. And they have charge, and the only thing with charge is they have to move 20 feet forward and then use tusks.
If you ever orchestrate a intercontinental boar missile in game, I will add extra damage. But you will probably take damage from the impact if you're willing to.
That's fair.
Yeah. But
that's more than fair.
In theory, your strategy works. Your summoned companions listen to you very well. And I'd say by the end of the week, you managed to get a fairly coordinated move down with at least 3 of your favorite summoned creatures that you can pick. And once you've picked what 3 those are, it's locked in.
Blessed.
Think about that and get back to me.
Yeah, monkey boar surprise is definitely the first one. I've got 2. The next one will involve 2 giant constrictor snakes. I'll let you know about it later.
Kinky. Very kinky. Sounds good. So you orchestrate these 3 maneuvers with your 3 favorite summoned creatures to orchestrate them in combat. And you can only hope that in the heat of the moment, all of the training you put into this week will finally come to fruition. And finally, Dusty, what does your week of downtime look like? First of all, what do you and Vitekorl get up to on your morning hikes?
Mornings. Wakes up. I think it's very like he wakes up, he's used to it. He's just kind of like tapping my girl's arm, like, "It's time. We gotta start the day." It's
and you would notice, Dusty, only when we're in the room together, doors shut, and like right next to each other, that you would hear like, right, okay. All right, yeah, let's get it going. Yeah.
The hype up talk.
Completely different voice. Then as soon as the door opens, it's like, all right, back into the day.
And he would drag Vitekorl along to check his hunting traps and snares for food.
Okay.
And then when it gets to the point of splitting off, for the most part, Dusty really is just trying to go about his normal morning routine. With Vitekorl there, he's kind of a little distracted. And since he's also really like excited to show Vitekorl some of the shit he has set up and like how it works. He's like that guy that's all like, oh, and this is what this
You're an
does.
autistic hunter. Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. This is my bear trap. This is my deer trap. This is my snare trap. I catch rabbits with this. Roll me a survival check, just to see how your snares did. How well did you place
Every
it?
single word.
Pin pivot hinge system.
Yeah.
This one's a box.
Wow.
This one's a box
Oh,
with a
wow.
stick, and if the stick gets hit, the box closes. Wow. So all of
Holy
your traps,
shit.
you were feeling lazy one day, and all of your traps were a simple box with a stick. Unfortunately, they weren't particularly well-made boxes, and it looks like there's like holes been chewed through them from whatever rodents you managed to catch. And most of your traps are not only empty, but damaged, potentially broken or destroyed. And you find a few suspicious porcupine quills in at least one of them.
All right. You know what?
I do.
Maybe we
die.
just don't worry about the traps today, huh? Maybe that's not
Vitekorl,
what
the
we
whole
do.
time, he can't even tell. He thinks this is just part of hunting. He's just as impressed. He's like, oh, okay, so do we do things different with the boxes? What does this mean?
Well, I gotta fix those. I guess the porcupine busted the box.
I'm sorry, the who?
It's a porcupine. You can tell by the pins. He's like showing the pins.
Vitekorl goes over, takes one of the pins, just holds it between his fingers and looking at it. Soon. Little bastards.
All right. Well, unfortunately, there's not a whole lot of food here. I'm probably gonna have to actually go hunting. If you want to join for that, I'm fine with that.
You know what? I'm not the quietest person, so how about you go with that? I'll go practice. Not practice. I'll go forage for berries. It's
Oh.
wintertime. Fuck.
All right.
You look around, there's like several feet of snow on the ground. It's like the snow covers about halfway up the trunk of the trees at this point in some places.
Firewood. I'll go get firewood. Either
We,
way,
Thanks about our non-existent fireplace.
yeah. I just he kind of
get-
goes over,
You get stone shape up in this motherfucker, just stone shape it right out of the ground.
right? Get masons and masons and masons right out of this goddamn business.
Oh
I just-
shit. They don't like it when
go-
people compete with the Freemasons.
It's a little cave.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, I can't fuck with them yet. This is He goes over, grabs Dusty's the wrist that's got the bracelet on it, just looking down at it. It's really nice having routine, honestly. And of all the routines I could ask for, this is the nicest.
Yeah, I'm used to waking up having to walk around alone. It's nice to have company out here for a change. Well, stares at his bag.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Real
right.
glad she doesn't often speak common.
Carl,
Yeah.
roll me an insight check.
Ooh.
As Violet kind of pokes her head out of the bag and looks at you for a second.
6.
Now you good?
Yeah. Sweet little monster. I love them.
You notice Violet just kind of eyes lingering on you for a moment, and she just slowly goes back into the bag.
Dusty's like, all right, well, it's nice to have company that doesn't do that. I guess.
Sure. Hey, I'm horning in on her territory, kind of. I understand.
I love you.
Animals are very territorial. I just have to remind her that I'm not a threat to her or you and your relationship together. I just gotta remind her that.
I can talk.
Sure. And I think I have a few ideas myself, too.
All right.
Okay.
Well, I should start getting around to finding tracks in this fucking snow. As he looks at the fucking 2 foot deep snow.
Yep.
It's just like,
Well,
it's not gonna be easy.
no, it's not. But good luck. And he leans down, gives you a little kiss on the cheek, and you hear like the weirdest little like, and then runs away.
Gremlin
Fucking
smooches.
goblin.
Gremlin smooches. Okay, as Vitekorl splits away, leaving you with a little pecky on the cheek to go do whatever it is he's gonna do, whether it's gather berries in the wintertime or get some firewood for your non-existent fireplace or what may have you. Vitekorl separates from you after your nice morning walks together, and you spend your days hunting, much as you usually would. Go ahead and what kind of hunting are you trying to do? First of all, what are you looking for?
He is tracking pretty much any medium to large game he can find in the torrent of snow that has fallen overnight.
Okay, roll me a this point I'm gonna say instead of survival, roll me a nature check, because you're trying to find places where animals would hide out from the weather and like that kind of thing. You also have disadvantage from Kayla, but you're in a forest, so you'd normally have advantage. So it's a straight roll.
And I have 2 advantages.
Unfortunately, still a straight roll.
Okay.
You can't cancel out.
Got it.
We have canceled out both. Save those for later.
I'm gonna use my D10 inspiration.
Sure. Now feels like a good time.
Okay, I'll fuck myself, actually, I think.
So, it's not easy, but an 11 is good enough to accomplish something at least. With some help from Violet, who you also notice seems to be like kind of giving you a bit of a stink eye here and there. You spend enough time around Violet to recognize that. But with her help, you kind of use her to like go into burrows under trees or like snowdrifts that have hollowed out around the base of a tree and scare out small critters for you so you can hunt them as needed. And I will say you managed to get 3 rabbits, or I'm going to say 3 winter hares more accurately, on your adventures. Other than that, it's pretty slim pickings. You do see Violet gets what appears to be a kind of small groundhog for herself after having rummaged it out of its den under a tree.
Good find.
Roll me a ranged attack to see how good you're shooting today, just because I want to make you roll some dice, because you roll them real funny like.
Alright, I'm gonna use one of my advantages.
Sure! 2 nat ones, 2 nat ones, 2 nat ones.
It can't happen again, right?
Oh, good.
Not great.
With a
Not
19.
great.
With a 19, you manage to, throughout the day, your accuracy is pretty on. So you walk away with, like I said, your 3 rabbits and a small meal for Violet, who begrudgingly eats it before returning to your bag.
Are you doing alright?
I'm fine.
Are you sure?
Yep. I'm fine.
You've been giving me some looks.
Have I? Funny.
Yeah.
And she just crawls back up your back and into your bag. You feel the spines on her back just dig in. Just a little bit more than usual. Not enough to do any damage, but she's there and she wants you to know it.
Listen here, you little shit.
Is now a bad time to tell you that we gotta work on some shit?
I know.
Alright. Well, luckily, you're a lot better at this than I am, but we're both gonna do it because I feel it's only fair. He's gonna start making his way down to the coast.
Okay. Easily done. You return with your your 3 rabbits ready for whatever stew Ashlyn is likely going to prepare them into.
He's gonna drop the rabbits off, and then he wants to make his way back to the river.
Okay, so pretty far south.
Yeah, that
Okay.
was near, because all of this is cliff face.
Mm-hmm.
So he's gonna find the river, and he's just gonna try to have him and Violet both get into the water as best they can.
Roll me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, so you take 2 points of cold damage as you go to the edge of the water, kind of having to break up some of the ice to create an area with enough space to swim in. It's not a wide river per se. It's only about 4 or 5 feet wide at its widest, but it does run fairly deep before going off the edge of the cliff and water falling below. But you do break up some of the ice and get into the water. The current is quite strong, and you see Violet is like, as she kind of makes her way out of your bag, goes over to the side, dips a toe in the icy water, kind of recoils from it. It's cold.
It's all we got.
As
I don't
you
have a warm source.
Submerge in, you're like, ah! As the cold just bites, but you get further and further in until you're standing at about, like, your feet can't hit the bottom here, and it's up to just about your chest level. And it is frigidly cold.
Listen, we gotta get you, like, you already swim, but we really need you to be able to swim, you know? You're the only one of us that can really do it outside of Vitekorl when he's, you know, changed.
Fine, but you owe me. And she just slides her way down into the water and doesn't have to take a Constitution saving throw. She seems more or less unfazed by it. She's very cold and she's visibly uncomfortable, but she's not actively taking damage from it currently. And she kind of begins trying to swim with you kind of awkwardly holding her as she does. Roll me an animal handling check as you try to teach Violet how to swim and navigate water, as this is her first time being around it. She does seem to get the basics of it just instinctually, but you need to help along the way a little bit.
What?
You can
Would
use
this
your other
be
advantage.
considered Arctic?
Fuck off. No, animal handling in your favorite
do want
terrain
one
does
more.
not get advantage. You suck on my ass.
I think Pelican and Stove gave me advantage.
Oh my god.
I'll use that.
I mean, it is frigid, but it is a river. You're swimming. There you go, 23. More than good enough. You see Violet begin to get the hang of it immediately and start swimming kind of circles around you and then doing figure eights. Then she jumps out of the water onto the ice, then jumps back into the water, making a splash, kind of hitting you, kind of dodge a little bit as she gets you. And you get the sense it might have been intentional, but she kind of swims around you and seems very comfortable in the water. Though very
All
cold,
right.
as you guys spend like about 5 minutes tops before the frigid temperature begins to make your extremities go completely numb.
Dusty's like, all right, you seem to got the hang of it. I'm putting my damn armor back on as he climbs out.
Okay, you get out. So does Violet. She kind of shakes herself off, and as she's doing so, you see her kind of... And as she sneezes, you just see the snow in front of her for about 3 feet just go... as a small wave of force emits from her mouth as she sneezes.
What the hell was that?
What, I just had to sneeze. It's cold.
Okay. You know when your scales shimmer and it forces weapons to propel?
Yeah?
I think we can do something similar with your sneeze. We might need to work on that.
You want to weaponize sneezing?
Well, I don't think you'll have to sneeze eventually. Maybe it's just, maybe you're just channeling that energy into yourself, if that makes sense.
By sneezing?
Well, I don't think the sneezing has to be a part of it.
Okay.
You could carry some pepper around if you wanted to do it that way, maybe.
That doesn't sound very fun.
No, it doesn't. Speaking of not so fun things, pops open his flask to take a drink.
Mm-hmm.
What's happening? What's occurring with you?
Man, I don't know what you're talking about.
You're being rather passive aggressive, and I'd rather just hash it out.
I don't know what that means.
It means you're not being forward with something bothering you.
Well, I noticed you haven't been around as much this week.
Okay.
Jealous dragon problems.
Me and Vitekorl, we feel a certain way toward each other, and we want to spend time around each other. Now, mind you, this is all very new, so we want to get used to it. I'm not counting you out here. If you want to hang out, you can hang out. Just not... There's going to be times when we need to be alone.
It's kind of cold in that room by myself without that guy there. Like I wouldn't mind maybe not having to sleep in there by myself. I know I was excited about having my own room, but it's kind of lonely in there.
Well, my bed is open.
I get my own bed? And immediately perks back up and she's like,
you would. There. He's thinking about it. He's like, now he's thinking about how he's going to navigate this situation. You know what? We'll make it work. You can have your own bed.
Well,
and you can stay in there.
I don't know.
Again.
Yeah.
We'll need time to be alone sometime.
Okay, whatever. Should we go home? I'm kind of cool.
He was like walking.
And she sneezes one more time and she kind of poofs back onto her back as a slightly bigger blast of energy comes out of her mouth.
All right. As he's like shivering, we're gonna have to work on that for sure.
She immediately scurries back up and climbs into your thing and does not jam her scales into your back quite as heavily as last time. So, as the week comes to a close, Dusty, you have taught Violet how to swim and have begun discovering that perhaps she does have a breath weapon of some kind. And you're kind of happy to begin discovering that. Vitekorl, you spend your time with nature, perfecting your new maneuvers, and of course, building your new relationship with Dusty by going all of the annoying morning hikes that you are now subjected to. No, I'm just kidding. Xechas, you spend your time, of course, perfecting Smith, your homunculus servant, and putting together the machine in a way that you think will actually function this time. So as the week of downtime and all of your work comes to a close, Xechas, what are you doing? It's your final day. You've put everything together and you believe this is the last step.
Well, yeah, so I basically have everything ready. So basically what it looks like is I've created a bridge between the two nodes, like going through the middle, where they wouldn't be connecting normally, using some bricks that I've mortared together. And then running along that is two very thick copper wires going to a middle plate that's made out of that silver serving tray that I had.
Excuse me.
But in between one of the circuits, the one that's going into it, there's a breaker system that involves another piece of metal that has some wood wrapped around the end of it that you let go down maybe not wood. Something that's slightly more fireproof. Maybe just more metal.
More metal, leather, maybe.
Yeah,
Thick
leather
leather.
would be. Yeah, that you let down to connect the full circuit
Okay.
as soon as you have everything in place.
All right. Do you
And,
inform the party of your progress?
Yeah, well, I would have introduced them to Smith early on in the week.
Oh yeah, let's do that. What does the Smith
Yeah.
introduction look like? Come here.
Yeah, so I guess after I would have made him and given him some lessons on common and whatnot. I would attempt to teach him how to write, basically, so that he can communicate a bit,
Okay.
if possible. But
Roll me an intelligence check. It's not really a teaching skill. That could be your custom skill.
using knowledge from a past life.
Okay.
There we go. 14.
With a 14, he doesn't actually manage to retain any letters or words or anything, but you gather to begin that he's starting to show interest in the process of learning them. And on your off times when he's not helping you can see him over the small chalkboard you've written letters on, trying to study them himself and go over them, though he hasn't quite seemed to got the hang of it just yet.
Yeah, so after the second day, I would have just kind of come upstairs with him a bit behind me. Vitekorl, Dusty, there's someone, and everybody else, there's someone, well, something I suppose I'd like to introduce you to.
Oh, new member.
Yes, sort of.
Oh, usually you say no when I say that. Exciting.
All right. Well, do they also live in the attic?
No, he lives with me, I suppose. This is Smith.
Oh.
And rolls out from behind me. This healers.
Oh.
Yeah, you
He
see this-
thought it's something very different.
You see this tiny homunculus servant, this little clockwork man with gears for a jaw, and this tiny little clockwork humming and buzzing coming from within. And Dusty, you recognize kind of in the center of the chest, the purple scale of your pet dragon, as he kind of stops next to Xechas, looks up at him.
Well, I'll be
Alright.
damned.
These are all
That's-
good friends. I say to Smith.
Did you make this?
What?
Yes, it's a blueprint I've had for quite a while now. I just haven't really had the resources to complete him.
Well, color me impressed. That's some it's a little creation you got there. Is that? He looks at the scale. Is that from Violet?
Yes, normally I would have had to source one from probably the general store, but Violet's she seems to shed her gems and scales, and this one was rather perfect for it. So I hope you don't mind.
Oh, believe me, I know. This bag gets heavier every fucking day.
Speaking of which, is Violet out for this conversation? Or is she also in your bag still?
He's gonna open the bag. Violet, you gotta meet someone.
She kind of moves her way out of the bag onto the table and jumps onto the ground. You see Smith kind of and wheel his way over and kind of do a circle around Violet on the ground. Stop next to her, taps one of her scales with his finger, and then goes dink dink on his center scale in the center of his chest.
It appears he's already self-aware. Fantastic.
That's... Wow.
How does Violet react to this tiny creature? Would be my one question.
Feel like she's been in a bit of a teenage rebellion phase. He's gonna say, "This is your cousin?" In quotation mark. He's kind of borrowing a bit of your power to exist, you know?
Sure. Kind of weird. Okay.
I mean, seems quite impressive.
What's up, Chris?
No, sorry, I was just when I add my proficiency bonus to every roll he makes.
Mhm.
I didn't notice that.
Mhm.
Sweet.
Yeah, he's quite a handy little guy. He kind of wheels around on the floor, going around each of you, taking stock, and then you see him ding, click his heels twice, or ding ding, and the wheels go in, and then he clicks one more time, and he starts flying up, does a quick
goodness!
circle around each
Oh.
of you, kind of taking you in, scanning you with these kind of very lightly glowing purple eyes that are just these beads of purple amethyst. Or purple glowing.
Get it all in, buddy.
That's
There's little
What
cogs
the-
around them, the
Mhm.
beads, to make them look like eyes, too.
Two little lenses inside.
he's gonna lean down and go over to Violet. Don't worry. I remember what we talked about. That's Xechas' little buddy. You don't have to worry about Xechas' little buddy.
No, I'm not. She's kind of watching it, and you see her just for a moment, the tongue just flick out and lick her lips ever so slightly.
All right. Don't eat Xechas' little buddy.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Don't
She's
eat,
like-
don't sneeze at. No.
She just
Do I,
looks up
do
at
I
you,
pick up on any of this?
looks up at you coyly. You see the tongue flick, I would say. You definitely see the tongue flick and and Dusty's kind of mannerisms while responding. You don't understand the language, but you see like a parent scolding their child a little bit.
I promise you won't taste very good. It's made of mostly metal.
You hear that? He's made of metal.
Fine.
A little shit.
God.
Dragons are very
Thank you.
prideful creatures, okay?
It's so great. I fucking love it.
He's gonna stand up, motion back to the. Actually, not even to the bag because they're in the house, so he's just not worried about it. Then he's gonna walk over and kind of reach his hand towards Vitekorl to take it as he goes to sit down at the table.
Okay.
And I think this is probably the first time Xechas has actually seen this.
You watch
Is
this.
What I'm thinking. Really?
Oh.
Huh.
We didn't even tell Xechas.
We kind of forgot. It was a bit of a what? No, there's no excuse. Xechas, remember how Greg had that little idea in his head?
Sure, yes.
Turns out he's something of a psychic. I hold up Dusty's hand in mine.
You see
And our matching
two
bracelets.
matching hand-woven bracelets.
You just see like a glitch for a second, then
The Windows
Well,
reboot
makes sense
sound.
why you've been behaving so fucking strangely this last week. Okay, I understand.
Well, past week, past.
It's sweet.
He starts thinking back to all the times it had been awkward.
And it was that time there was, and then there was that one. Oh,
and then it's been a long time coming.
As you
Well,
guys
We're
are
sorry we didn't tell you sooner.
As you guys are having
no,
this
it's-
conversation, you see Violet go over to the bedroom that you and Vitekorl now share, Dusty, and like look up to both of you, kick the door open, and then if a dragon could smirk and just slow walk into it, and then slams the door behind her.
Oh,
Like literally like,
You know, it reminds me of me when I was young, to be honest. quite moody.
Getting real ornery recently.
I'm starting to feel like it might be my fault. I did that.
Well, she
Yes, I
was a little
suppose-
concerned about the time I wasn't spending around her, but
Sure.
Understandable.
she's also lonely just being in the room without Greg in there. I did invite her back into the other room.
I mean, she's
Fair.
more than welcome. If you'd really like, she's more than welcome to pull the bed into the workshop and bunk up with me.
Well, I
is
mean,
there.
we have a whole spare bed in there, so maybe sometimes we might need privacy. He's
Vykor's
him
just
glitch out.
gripping your hand.
You see him glitch out again for a sec. Oh yes. Yes. That's all he says.
At this point, Smith kind of just like hops up on the table, like kind of just stands there.
Well, we're out and about traveling. You can hang out in here, or you can hang out in here anytime you want. He's gonna hold the bag of holding open. I just kind of think where you want to go, and I think you go that direction.
He goes over to your jacket. Do you have a
You can
pocket?
also fly.
Does your jacket have pockets? Your armored coat?
Many more than I can
Many
count.
pockets. Any on the front?
Yes.
Lapel, by chance?
There's one particular large one right here.
Perfect.
Yeah.
He kind of just walks over to your coat and holds his little arms up and goes. He's giving you
Oh,
uppies.
okay.
He wants uppies.
I'll like hold my hands out. Use your jump. Use your little boost to get up.
He just like
You can do it.
gives a little jump into your hands and you catch him right under the arm. He just
Good job. And
he
I'll-
pokes your pocket.
Yes, that's a good
Alright.
idea. And I'll
He just
kinda open the
squeezes in and
pocket.
kind of sits over the front of the pocket, like taking in all of his surroundings.
fucking fantastic.
now
I'll make sure
that
to,
is some adorable shit.
Agreed.
I have some ideas for what I can do with this pocket idea. Good.
There you go.
Well, hell, that's a lot of information in a small amount of time.
Lots happened.
Is
Oh yes, and I'm also finally ready to fix that gem. Should take probably at least overnight, but it won't
well,
explode this time.
hell. That's the real ticker right there.
It's much more safe and thoroughly designed.
Good,
well,
good.
If you feel up to it, I'm down to look at it.
Sure.
I won't
yes,
understand a
it's-
whole lot, but
It's actually rather simple.
fair.
So yes, if you'd like to come with me, I can get it going. We can all see it start to glow.
Let's see it all
Should be
together.
exciting.
You all make your way down to what I'm at this point I'm going to refer to as the laboratory, because like that is where most of the work is happening. You have Xechas's room, which is his like blacksmithing designing area, and then the lab downstairs. We now have two distinct chambers. So you go down to the lab, where you do see this contraption now with these two gemstones that have been alternating power through the cycling of energy and providing power to your entire home. You now see this much less makeshift looking contraption. Like it is at this point matches the quality of the machine and is far improved from the design Xechas had come up with kind of in a hurry and an attempt to get this done speedily. This looks much more well thought out. And Xechas, you have the necklace and the gem, I guess I would imagine, are separated at this point, so the gem can fit in the machine. But you pull out the small, was it emerald? I believe sapphire.
I
think it was sapphire. Yeah, you pull out the small, perfectly shaped sapphire with just this crack kind of itching through the middle of it, just all the way through.
Well, it should be very good, and I don't know how large it will be on the inside, but if it could hold the Lord of the Thundering Skies, I would imagine it can hold a full-grown violet.
I gotta
I'll-
think.
I would hope so. I've never seen with all this happen. Never seen a full-size dragon. I imagine they have to be sizable to have created a crater in this that became a sea. So
Right.
Perhaps there's a whole land in there, who knows?
Yeah, you would know from what you read at the site, that the gem is meant to contain a portion of his soul, not the entire dragon himself. But it is a device made to magically store either a living soul or potentially a living creature. That part still has to be experimented with a little bit, but for the most part, you think all of this could come together and work. So as you kind of slot the gem into place and begin to prepare yourself, I want you to describe this moment for us. This is a big moment for you. So go ahead and describe what this process looks like, and then we will roll.
Yeah, so the setup is going from the gem that is getting fed into by the machine. That's the one that's feeding the energy into the fixing. So yeah, gently place it inside with just right centered on the nice kind of concave. It's almost like a concave mirror, but it's not polished. Right at the center of that, so that it slots in nice. And all right, well, this is it. And
This is it.
how exciting! And I'm gonna put on my forge gloves and gently take the leather handle that I have wrapped around and slowly connect the circuit.
Okay.
I put an arm around Dusty just instinctively. I'm just like really slowly just.
Snuggle up. Nerdhala says the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. Eleanor Roosevelt for Ryan. You have an inspirations to use. Xechas, as you put on your gloves, you see Vitekorl kind of cozy up around Dusty, even though Vitekorl is the much taller and larger of the two, kind of taking shelter almost a little behind Dusty and cozying up a little bit. Dusty, you're like...
Dusty's arm can't go over, so he just goes around the weight.
As you guys take a moment, Vitekorl shrinks away. You, Xechas, pull the final lever, connecting the entire circuit. And I need you to roll me a percentile. If it's above a 95, you're going to explode. If it's below a 95, you won't explode.
Okay.
You did a lot of work on this. There's a very small chance of failure. All in all, you figure you should be good. Okay, 42.
It's the answer to life, the universe, and everything.
As you...
42.
That's actually really cool. As you flip the final lever and complete the circuit, you are all immediately blinded by this bright blue flash that emanates from the gem as power begins coursing through it. You're all forced to cover your eyes, but there is no resulting shockwave. There is no loud boom. All you hear is this gradually kind of pulsating hum of energy flowing into this ancient artifact. It's just a... just this pulsing sound, and you all watch as the gem itself is beginning to glow, and the small crack across the center as this gem is being infused with arcane energy begins to glow and seal very slowly. But the machine is working.
Is there any energy flowing out of it back into the other Diamande?
I will say no.
Okay.
So at that point, all of
overflow to that one.
Okay, if you did an overflow, then all the lights in your house would not go out.
Yeah.
You do it on an alternate circuit to kind of bypass some of the energy, but not all of it. So the lights in your house they are flickering as the massive amount of energy being absorbed by this gem is being taken in. And as you guys stand there listening to this pulsating hum and this ever-present glow that just keeps emanating from the gem as more and more of the crack is filled, that is where we will call the session for today. Feels like a very good point. I will,
Xechas did it!
Ryan, allow you to carry that inspiration from Nerdhala over to next session because it just came in at the end, and I don't want you to miss out on that. So, I would like to thank everyone for being with us here tonight. It was a really fun session. It was very beautiful. We had a very heartfelt moment, and I think our first ever on-screen romance period, let alone between players. So that was exciting. I want to thank you guys for doing that. That was a beautiful moment that will likely go down in history as one of the most heartfelt on our entire stream.
Gay.
It was so
That was
good.
beautiful.
Oh my
that
god.
was beautiful. What a wonderful, wonderful moment. So, With that being said, that's going to be where we end it today. It seems the party has accomplished most of their goals. We still got to perfect the pig throwing, but we'll get there. We'll get there eventually. In the meantime, y'all, I want to, just thank everyone for being a part of it. That was a beautiful session. I had so much fun. Let's find someone to raid out upon while Ryan, you take us away and tell the people what you got planned coming this week at the Little Purple House.
Well, we got lots of fun happening. We'll be doing all month long raiding out into the Pride Month guildies, so that's going to be a lot of fun. We'll be meeting a lot of new queerbos and queerbies. Very excited about that, and get excited for Sunday, October 5th, where I'll be online for 18 hours straight. Oh, 18 hours gay, but you get it.
We don't do straight here. We ain't about that shit. So
Not even a little
18
bit.
18 hours of
Our
this.
hours flow in a serpentine fashion.
I love it. I love it so much.
Time is a gay soup.
Time is a gay soup. Next up, JTB. What do you got to share with the people? Everyone go show some love to Ryan. There's his link. Here's JTB's.
Based on the conversation we were just having, time does not actually flow in a line. It flows like a spaghetti noodle. It is very flimsy when it's wet and malleable. So
I like that. Very informative.
that's it.
Very informative. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And Chris, any final words of wisdom for the people? We like to end off with your words of wisdom, so give it to us.
If at first you don't succeed, skydiving might not be for you.
That's a good one.
Tell that to Peggy.
Oh no.
You can go skydiving without a parachute, but only once.
That's true. Also true. 2 facts of life coming from Chris, everybody.
About
That'll be it.
parachuting.
About parachuting. I like it. We're on theme today. With all that being said, I love you guys. Thank you all for joining me for today's game. Thank you everyone in chat for being there. Calf Crow, Nerdhala, Alice, everyone else we saw in there. You guys are the best. We love you so very much. We're going to go show some love to Aves, but before you go, if you haven't already, I don't need you up. What are you doing? If you haven't already, swing into the Discord. We hang out. We do fun stuff. Swing by the YouTube. All the videos are up. I was a little late on last week's. It's up there now. I'm so sorry. I apologize. I'm the worst. I don't ignore the ad. If you want to check out the merch, go ahead. And last but not least, if you got the raid emotes, feel free to drop them over there and let them know who sent you. In the meantime, y'all, I have been Rusty. These have been my friends. And you all have been awesome. We'll see you next time. Bye.
And I miss you.
Hey everybody, I'm Rusty Tonics. Thank you again for coming by the stream or checking this video out on YouTube. It means a lot to us over here at the Apothecary, and it's always a pleasure to share our D&D games with all of you. If you're interested in catching them live, you can see us every Monday at 6 o'clock Eastern on Twitch, or every Friday after the stream comes out on YouTube on demand. Feel free to check it out, drop a follow, drop the subscription, or whatever you want to hit that subscribe button so you can be notified whenever our videos are coming out. And yeah, I hope you all have a good day. Keep being good to each other, and I'll see you next time.